I made a playlist for the new main NPC in my Friday game, and I've been listening to that nonstop.
I've been listening.
It's great, but
I don't remember what you named your like beast thing, but it almost
Fluffy.
killed the shit out of me. Fluffy,
Yeah,
Fluffy almost fucking eviscerated me.
I know,
in like the first 20 seconds.
We love Fluffy.
No,
Fluffy's pretty badass.
So the first time Jana ever brought Fluffy out, we were in a
yes.
Yeah, but my sound's not playing. Restart. Why is this?
Just wrap it around the front, put a little rubber band on it, twist, pull it over, and it's done. So
okay.
like it's very easy.
It's very funny that you say that because my last YouTube video is literally me for like an hour trying to do because I have the blue in the hair now, and I was like, I don't know, and my chat just roasted me. They're like, it is so simple. How can you not figure it out? And by the end of it, I just had to like, I just gave up. I just did like a half up. They told me I looked like a woodland witch in a log cabin though, and I think they were trying to insult me. And I was like, my Discord profile picture is my attempt. It's like my really sloppy attempt. Look
In a
at your
moment,
hair.
folks. Once they stop talking, we'll be good.
Oh,
That's okay.
I'm sorry.
Oh. Thanks for the warning, Duff.
Sorry.
That's what I was starting.
So sorry.
Yeah, I went right through y'all.
Let's roast Duff now.
Oh,
Duff,
my
how do you
Lord.
do your space buns? That's what I want to know.
Very carefully. So
Very carefully. Good answer.
hi, folks.
Bald
Those
asshole
who are
man.
in chat watching, we appreciate you joining us tonight for this very special show. As you can see before you, a bunch of witches have joined the crew here for the night from all over the area, from Twitchverse, from local to, you know, just anybody we could, you know, say hi to that wanted to come and be a witch for the night and drink a little drinking possibly going on too here, and have some fun on the channel. Yes, we see everybody say hello. We expect more to drop in. We'll be doing giveaways tonight too, so make sure and keep your Twitch chat open there for some dice giveaways, which will point the pointers to the website for Total Party Kill Games. Well, right, Mandy? Yeah, that's right. Who is our sponsor here on the channel and for the show tonight. And so we want to thank them for giving some stuff away. Also, what else we got going on? Tomorrow night, we'll be back here on the channel. I believe it'd be Mandy and I and Jeffrey King Bashman and Ben Huxley. We're going to be playing some Sanctuary board game on tabletop. What's the hell's
It's virtual or
Tabletop Simulator.
Tabletop Simulator. Big word.
It's been that long. It's been that long since we played that. We can't even remember the name.
Yes. So
it's been over a year.
Yeah, we're gonna play some Sanctuary tomorrow night and have some fun and do some more giveaways to round out the rest of my birthday celebration week extravaganza. Anyway, I don't think there's anything else, ladies. We're gonna have them all introduce themselves to you, to who they are and what they do, if they're Twitchers or if they've got Etsy shops or cookie shops, or they just play games here on the channels or their own channels, all that fun stuff, because they're really tired of hearing me talk already. And so I'm going to hand it over to my wife, the lovely Miss Mama Prater herself, Rachel, to say hello and then just ask everybody to introduce themselves. So y'all have fun, because I'm going to get a glass of wine and start watching.
Woo, thank you, Duff.
Thank you.
Thanks, Duff.
Yes. Happy birthday.
So this is the first time I'm in front of camera. So I'm Mama Prater or Rachel, and I'm going to have everybody introduce themselves, and we'll start with Little Bones, and tell us who you are.
Hi, everybody. It's me, Little Bones 309, your favorite indie gamer here on twitch.tv. All I do over on my channel is play indie games, and I feature upcoming developers that you might not see on your Steam front page, and I play TTRPGs around the web. And that's all I've got.
Okay. All right, the Mandy.
Hey everybody, I'm Mandy, or you can find me everywhere on the internet at the Mandy. I am a professional dungeon master, Twitch streamer, and I work for Total Party Kill Games, which is one of our sponsors for tonight. So yay dice, yay things. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm really excited to be here and happy to do some witchy stuff with you folks.
Awesome. Malix.
Hello, everybody. I'm Malix. I go by M, so that's why it's in parentheses. You can find me at twitch.tv/squaremalix. That's my full-time job. I just do shenanigans on Twitch. You can also find me on YouTube, youtube.com/squaremalix, where I attempt to do my hair to make it look as good as Rose's hair tonight and miserably fail. So that's that's me.
All right. Myriad.
Me. Hello. Hi, guys. I'm Myriad or Kirsten. Whatever you want to call me is fine. I stream here on Twitch, and I am also an artist. My commissions are open, so if you want like character art or cool art, I do art. And yeah, I'm so used to saying this is the character I play for this D&D game, but we're not doing that tonight.
All right. Tyler.
Hello, I'm Tyler. I don't get on the internet very often, so I'm not as cool as these ladies, but I do bake cookies. I'm a local cottage food baker here in Fort Worth, Texas.
Awesome. All right. Rez.
Hi, I'm Rose. I go by Ghost Adventures on Twitter and on Twitch. That's Ghost Adventures with a Q, not a G. I am still not Zach Baggins, but we're going to work on that today. I stream on Tuesdays with the Gamer Goal Gang, which is some of the lovely ladies here, somewhere, everywhere. That would be Myriad, Furied, and Jay. We'll see when Jay gets here. And I also play on Fridays with D20 Enclave, as well as Saturdays on Praetor's Rejects. Obviously, tonight we're doing something special, so we'll see you next week with Praetor's Rejects.
Awesome. Rebecca.
I'm Rebecca. I am pretty much nowhere, But unless you want to check out the East Texas University game that gets uploaded on the Praetors Rejects YouTube channel, that's a fun time.
All right. Francis?
Hey guys, I'm Francis. I go by Fort Worth Belle here on Twitch and over on Twitter. And I have an Etsy shop where I sell jewelry called Southern Studio Home, and giving away a couple of pairs of earrings tonight. That's kind of it.
All right. And Furied Fate.
Hey y'all, I'm Furied Fate. I am a variety Twitch streamer. I also play in Duff's Saturday Night Games, which will be resuming next week, and a few other games on Wednesday with Havoc and Friday with Rob Tui. You can follow me on my Twitch at Furied Fate, or on my Twitter also at Furied Fate.
Awesome. Okay. Is everybody ready to do witchcraft?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I'm ready to be a baby witch.
So
Yes.
this
Welcome to the
is
fold.
this is going to be an instructional session. Ask lots of questions. We're here to learn. We're here to have fun. We're here to kind of do some drinking, apparently. So join us with wine or whatever. All right. The spell kit, if you're interested in doing the spell that we have, the spell kit is online and it's for sale, and you can get the spell kit or learn how to do some spells. The first thing we're going to talk about is the runes. I don't know if everybody can see it. The Elder Futhark. And someone asked me about, was it health? The runes for health. Little bit.
Health?
Somebody had messaged me. Oh, that may have been Jay. Never mind. She's not here yet. Okay. The Elder Futhark is an alphabet, originally Germanic and Scandinavian. I like using the runes. You don't have to use runes. You can use them for your spell work. You can use the English alphabet. You can use Hebrew. It doesn't matter. I just have fun with the Elder Futhark, so we put those in. So each letter of the alphabet is actually a word, and the words have some meanings. Because tonight we're doing the prosperity spell kit, we're going to be mostly working with runes that have to do with abundance and prosperity and money and whatever. So, oh, okay. Jimmy's trying to give me lessons on camera work while I'm doing this.
Leave her alone. She's doing great.
Doing
All
great,
right.
Mama.
All right, so we'll talk about everything that we've got, and then we'll start getting to work. We do have the Dragon's Blood ink, and that is made with dragon's blood. It's actually made with a certain type of dragon's blood. There's two types. The type that it's used is, where's the camera? There, see if everybody can see it. That's called Dragon's Blood Cinnabari. It's not quite as hard as actual the typical dragon's blood that you see is like really hard. They're both resins from a tree. These do stain, so we want to be careful with the dragon's blood ink. But dragon's blood ink is made with this guy, and be careful when you touch it if you ever order it, because you can see I've got now red stuff all over my hand. So we'll just put that back. All right. We've got the Prosperity Anointing Oil. We have some Prosperity Herb. We have our Azurite and Malachite stone. This is actually an Azurite stone that Malachite was kind of, it formed. So it's actually two types of stone in one. Got our little talisman, because you always have to have a talisman because they're fun. And then we're going to be doing some writing in our spells with little parchment paper and feather. You don't have to use parchment paper and feather. You can use paper and pen. I think this is more fun. So, and we're here to have fun.
Oh,
And
I
then we
totally
have-
agree. This is so much more fun.
I've
So-
never done that before. I've only ever used paper and pen. So I'm very excited. This is
So
new
dragons,
territory.
the reason we're using dragon's blood on this is because the resin has magical properties to give, it basically gives all your spells a kick. And I use dragon's blood for pretty much everything because I like my spells to have a little kick. But the dragon's blood is actually just tree resin. So, all right.
You said this was malachite. Is there a reason that it's in like this salt?
I was just gonna
Yeah, so when I mail out crystals or stones, I always pack them in sea salt.
Okay.
And that's to cleanse it because I don't want bad negative energy to get attached to the stone. Stones are very, you can cleanse it, but this is something that you can use. You take it right out of the salt and it is cleansed.
Yeah.
So
we all know that the mail system is super toxic right now. So I totally get it.
you know, you don't want to get this out and go postal. So
I do have a confession. You have sent me a lot of these because I shop on your store all the time, and I have saved all of the salt because I wasn't sure if there was something else that I could potentially be using it for. I also wasn't 100% sure what it was, admittedly. I assumed it was salt, but I wasn't going to lick it to find out.
No,
Why didn't you lick it?
Is it
about it too,
edible? Because I
actually.
will lick it. Yeah. I'm gonna...
So I also have the dragon's blood that you sell in your store. I think this is what you just held up, the little stone.
Yeah.
That's the first one. That's what you're talking about. Okay. I haven't licked that either, guys. Okay.
Yeah,
so
you probably don't want to lick that.
That's good. Okay.
You don't want to lick it.
Yeah.
That's good. That's so funny. I have a jar of salt.
Yeah. So the salt you can use. You can just save them up. Like if you've got a bunch of it, you can save it up. You can put it in the corners of your house. It's not iodized salt. It is sea salt, so I wouldn't cook with it. But yeah, it's just salt. It's gonna taste salty, but it is dead sea.
Edible.
Yeah, it is Dead Sea salt.
It's not
Okay,
toxic.
good.
Let's say that. It's non-toxic.
Pretty much.
Let's get into it. It's
Taste.
okay.
Put it in your money bowls if you guys have money bowls.
Yeah. Salt can be
Just
used
not
for
taste
everything.
good.
So here's something a lot of people don't know about spells is you actually don't need any supplies to do a spell.
That's
But the
true.
reason we do use items to do a spell is because one, it puts energy into the spell because you're physically touching, you're physically working, so you're putting that much more energy into a spell. If you don't have the supplies you need to do a spell, you can use rosemary, clear quartz, and salt and pepper for every spell. That's all you need. There's not a spell you can't do with one of those items. But the more you use different candles, herbs, oils, that's the energy that's going to go. The more energy you put into a spell, the better and the faster it's going to work. So there you go. So now you know.
Good. I've been saving it. So.
Okay.
Excited.
So our box, our prosperity box.
Which is beautiful, by the way.
Oh,
Yes.
thanks.
So lovely.
You should
This is actually what we call a manifesting box. You can use this for anything. I chose prosperity because everybody can always use prosperity. But you can do one for love. You can do it for something more specific, a very specific need. You could do it for, a new job or, health, anything you want. We're going to do a prosperity box. And what you're going to do is you can fill it anytime you want. You can put something in there, something that reminds you of your goal, of the object or whatever you want. So what we're going to do is we're going to fill it tonight. And I'm going to show you how to use the runes and all the herbs, all the oils. to put in your box. And then we've got the talisman and the stone and the sachet bag. That's actually going to be something you carry on you. As you're putting things in the box, you put this with you, put it in your pocket, put it in your purse, and that's going to keep that manifesting energy with you. So, any questions?
I'm
All
so
right.
excited.
I'm excited.
Yes.
I really wish Jimmy had shared his gummies.
Aw,
I'm telling you,
Rude.
that's just oppression right there. I think.
Don't we all?
it's dope.
Don't we all wish he had?
Yeah.
Kind of selfish, honestly.
Very
All right.
selfish.
Does everybody have magazines or pictures,
Yes.
things?
Yeah.
So what you're looking for, it doesn't necessarily have to be a picture. You might go through your magazine, you might see the word success, or you might see something that says, motivation. It can be any word that resonates with you, any picture that resonates with you. So if you guys want to take a few minutes and look, I've already pulled some pictures. I'm using pictures of cottages because my goal for my prosperity box is I want my own little cottage for my store.
That's cute.
Nice.
I
That
want
would
to
be
have a
really
nice
cute.
little witchy cottage.
Can you
And-
open it next to me though, so I can shop there all the time? Okay, sorry.
We'll fly you out.
Yes.
There you
But
go.
I'm going to make Tyler open the shop with me because it's going to be retail on one side and cookies on the other.
Nice.
Oh my
Cute.
god. Wait, you guys would make a killing in Denver. I'm just saying.
You would.
Hey,
You could get a little.
Colorado. I'm on that train.
There are so
Let's
many
go.
cute little
Let's go.
the little mountain cottages right at the foothills of the Rockies. Oh, you'd be right next to a university. I'm just saying.
You should
Wonderful.
open a second location and just have M run it.
I have a spare bedroom here. I'll just do it here. I can't cook though. I can't bake though, so never mind.
Just,
We'll bring Tyler. She can bake. I
Yeah,
can
there you
cook.
go.
I can't bake to save my life, but I can cook. So if Tyler
There
and I
you
go
go.
into business together,
Let's do it.
Perfect.
yeah.
I'll fly out to Denver and just run that store and then come back here. We can do it all. We can do it all.
Then you can open a third location in Virginia for all the Southern folk magic folks.
And then a fourth location in Washington.
I
And then a
would.
fifth
We're
location
starting.
in Florida.
We're doing franchises, okay? That's called a franchise.
franchise in here,
franchise.
baby. This is the come up of a lifetime.
Amazing.
So
Probably
what
kids.
you're going to do when you start having pictures or what, anything you have, you're just going to glue it to your piece of parchment paper.
Do you ever draw stuff on your parchment paper instead of printing stuff out?
Yeah.
Or cutting stuff out?
Yeah. And I was going to say, you can draw, you can write what you want.
Okay.
The only thing is like if you were doing one for love, what you never want to do is have a photo of someone,
Yes.
Why?
because that then we're starting to get into black magic, because that's
Ooh.
taking free will away. So most love spells are actually black magic. So you want to be careful. But if you're doing a love drawing spell, like you're just opening yourself up for love, that's fine. Like when Duff and I got married, we actually did a love spell, but we did it together because
Oh.
Can't read that. It says I need to go to therapy. I'm going to just gotta save that one.
Well, I was gonna ask Rachel, is this too on the nose?
No, perfect. That's good.
Just house.
That's amazing.
House.
I did not. I did
Do
not.
you regret any of it, Duffs? None.
Wow.
Better be
I said-
careful.
I said this in the Discord, but this is the first time that I've purchased a magazine ever. And so I was like in the store, like, where do I go? So I got a
You got a
Cosmopolitan.
Cosmo?
We're calling it good. We're calling it good.
I borrowed one of my
only-
mom's AARP magazines.
So we have a stack of magazines in the guest bathroom, and it is only Game Informer. It's strictly video games. And I was like, I mean,
enough.
It goes really well with my career. It's gonna work. So
Fine.
if
Perfect.
it works.
I
I
was
was
looking for magazines and I spotted a Dungeons and Dragons magazine and I was like,
That counts.
do
Counts.
It can't
Right.
anything.
I was very close to getting a Minecraft magazine. It was between this and the Minecraft magazine.
I just it was
That's very on brand.
the ARP
Yeah.
one worked perfectly. It had pictures of houses in it. I was like, okay, sick. Great.
If y'all do this again, you should go to Half Price because they actually do have a magazine section with recent issues, and they're much cheaper than the grocery store.
Interesting.
Mine was free.
Good to
I'm
know
also
because I
like-
spent stupid money at Barnes and Noble to get magazines. Marion did the same thing.
To find it at Walgreens.
No, I also have instructions for a Lego X-Wing I was building. I'm definitely about to just see if there's anything
Yeah.
in here. I don't know.
Manifest an X-Wing.
It says
Yeah.
Disney. Maybe I go there.
I like it.
Yeah, I would love for an X-Wing to just show up at your house.
So
That's
don't
hysterical.
listen. Don't tempt my chat. They're in the doghouse right now.
Oh, naughty babies.
Yeah.
Naughty.
Naughty,
not
naughty.
There's actually some really good words on the back of these Lego instructions.
And you guys,
Yeah,
you
I'm
could,
like, Olay, and I'm like, I could just take health out of healthier looking skin and call that good.
That's
Yes.
so
Yeah, there you
sweet,
yeah,
go.
right?
Yeah.
it's
like,
anything you're drawn to, and like you could these I printed pictures from the internet for this.
Yeah.
So I mean,
did
you
the same.
if you come across something in the internet that if it jumps out to you, use it.
Okay.
My mind was set. I knew what I was gonna want, and I knew I
Yeah.
wanted to manifest, and it's his house.
House.
Yep.
Mine's consistency, which is kind of a strange thing, but I have a lot of other goals, like manifesting YouTube subscribers and manifesting prosperity for my job, but I can't obtain those things without me getting back on like a schedule and being consistent. So I'm
Yeah.
manifesting a lot of like self consistency. and
Well,
hopefully
that's
works.
why I chose to do prosperity instead of
Mhm.
like money or abundance, because there's lots of things that make us all feel prosperous. It's not
Yeah.
necessarily just a monetary thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling.
Yep.
This one is
boy.
for what looks like adult diapers, but it says comfort and protection.
Then
So I'm
use
gonna
it.
take-
dead.
Definitely adult diapers.
Oh my god.
I mean, whatever you need.
I mean, it's
don't
already
care.
it's already made you smile once. I think you should definitely flip it.
Oh, for sure.
Plus, I feel like, and Rachel, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like if you do, like, if you're doing like for me with manifesting a house, that kind of coincides with abundance and wealth and
Yeah.
you know, all those things kind of fall together.
Abundance, wealth, and prosperity can all be about money or a physical thing. Prosperity is a little more generic because there's lots of things that make us feel prosperous that may not have to do with money or abundance, but there's something that would prosperity just makes you feel good. So
Right.
Right.
It could be in
definitely.
friendships and
yes,
whatever,
yeah. Good health.
yeah.
Mm.
The lack
I
of
mean,
anxiety.
prosperity. Yeah, I was gonna say prosperity is just good things coming. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
whatever is good for you will be coming, sort
Good.
of thing.
Good vibes.
Vibes, good opportunities.
And the more time, the reason why I asked you to pick up magazines instead of doing like an internet was because as you're flipping through the magazines trying to find these things, you're putting energy into the spell. You're using that energy. So I did this just, as an example off the internet, but I've got other things from the magazine that I've put, that I've got that will keep the spell going, but you can use anything that jumps out at you.
I've been thinking hard on this one because I know, like, when you think on it,
Yeah.
that's
Now,
energy
can you
spent
do
on it.
like multiple things within the spell? So like if I wanted to do like business opportunities as well as like a house, could I
Yeah.
combine those?
Yeah, because again, that falls under prosperity. So you can do a box just for a house,
Mhm.
but prosperity could be anything that makes you feel prosperous. And then we had a question about manifesting happiness. That's something that, yeah, absolutely, you want to be able to manifest, but you look for things that make you feel happy. Could be a picture of a kitten, could be a picture of friends hanging out.
Oh, I got a lot of cats.
You can
here.
actually take one of the parchment papers and write a list. Make a list of things that make you happy. What makes you feel happy, or what is it you want to achieve, and use that instead of a picture.
I'm definitely doing that.
Yeah, doing that exactly right now.
I also brought every colored pen because I was like, I might have questions about that. So, is there a good color I should be using for this? Green, I guess, right?
You can use green. You can use yellow for if you're doing happiness. Yellow's good for laughter.
It's true.
And
I
if
really
you're
did.
concentrating on one for a house, well, then you do want joy, laughter. There's things that go, it's not just the physical building. You don't want to, and you do want to be careful. If you just say house, well, you want house with good plumbing, with good neighbors, with, these things. So make sure that you're putting what you want into it.
Thank you.
There's a thing in here that just says, "Do I suck?"
The answer's no.
No.
Just get the word "suck" and put it in the box.
Yeah.
I'm here for that. I'm here to support that.
Okay.
Affordable. That's the word to use with house.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
literally like a little quote in this magazine where it says "magpie eye." Ah,
amazing.
Ooh.
So cutting that out.
You're just gonna find a dead magpie outside of your house.
Oh
and you'll be
no!
Oh my gosh, that's so I was walking the dog the other day and there was this perfect, I didn't bring it with me. It was this perfectly untouched magpie feather. And I was like, you're coming home with me. It
Oh
was,
yeah.
Yeah.
You're coming home with me.
I was like, amazing. And the dog keeps going up to it because he's like, it smells like a bird. And I'm like, yeah, I haven't used it yet.
I actually a few weeks ago found a butterfly wing, just one.
Ooh.
So I have that in a jar now.
Nice.
Little Bones
I
and
was
I
like,
making the same
You're
face.
coming home with me.
Yeah, you're coming home with me. Yes.
Yeah.
So good.
Oh, a small cat has arrived. Hello, little baby.
Little baby. I have a sleepy baby on my feet.
I don't know if she's gonna let me pick her up or not. She's very
Because you
curious as
guys
to
will
what I'm doing.
appreciate this. Hold on.
Oh, that's
I just got
gorgeous.
these in the mail the other day.
Oh.
Oh, those
From
are
the
beautiful.
Oddities Facebook page.
Oh my
Oh.
God.
They're doing
Sometimes-
an expo here later this year.
That'll be fun. I
Yeah,
love
they're
just
not-
being in there because sometimes it'll be fun stuff like this. Other times it'll be like an actual human skull, or like Ted Bundy's underwear or something. And so it's just fun to like open up my Facebook
Little
page
thing.
while I'm at work and be like, oh, that's a real ear. Cool.
Thanks.
That's how I want to go to PAX Unplugged so I can go to the Muter Museum in Philly.
There you go.
Mm.
Yeah, go look at weird stuff.
Ooh, I found one that says therapy works. I'm adding that one.
Yes.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Better than the other therapy one. Let's find it.
Oh, by the way, I put in the Discord chat the Spotify playlist that I'm listening to.
Oh,
Thank you.
Nice. Anybody's interested.
I'm not listening
Oh,
to
yeah.
anything because my ADHD would start acting up.
Okay, that's fair. For
I'm
me,
the
I'm
opposite.
I'm the opposite too.
Yeah, I need to constantly have some sort of noise stimulation.
I
Yep.
guess there's a limit. There's a limit for me. I need like it just enough where I'm like, okay, I'm stimulated and active and all is well in the world. And then there's a limit where my brain just shuts down.
Yeah, I call it brain food. It's my little brain food.
Yeah.
Fine.
I am really enjoying writing with the feather. It's fun.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Ooh, can't
So
wait.
yeah, that's my next question is, so which rune do I need to choose?
So
Whatever
Oh,
ones
yeah.
you want.
Are we
yeah,
getting
you
ahead of
could choose
ourselves?
any route. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of the ink and I'm going to put it in a Dixie cup.
Mhm.
If you don't have a Dixie cup, you can put the feather straight in there. Just be very careful because these knock over really easily.
I almost
And
spilled mine earlier.
Okay.
it stains
Bring
horribly.
it on.
And it looks
I
like
got-
blood, so
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I got to the part of the Cosmo magazine that has the sex tips.
Yes.
Just
Good.
Cut out the word sex. No, never mind.
No.
I mean,
Exactly what you need to do.
Why not?
no, I need to read this little, just a little one.
Oh,
It
boy.
says, oh no.
Isn't
okay.
that bad? You can't read it.
Get a
Wait,
little rough.
hold on. Is this PG-13 for the channel?
Oh no, we're a mature channel. It's 18
Oh
plus.
yeah, it's definitely 18 plus here.
Get a little rough with his manhood. Really grab onto it like you're milking a cow.
Oh my god.
Cosmo
get a
has not
consensus in
changed.
chat?
Oh my god.
DOS. Yep, set up. That's so
That's
funny.
the
These are-
Milking a
these are-
cow. All right.
These are genuinely so, like, this one says, like, get a string of pearls, put some lube over it, and rolls the roll
Oh
the pearls
no.
up and down.
Just cut out the word lube.
Yeah.
Actually, the one with the string of pearls doesn't sound so bad. Although I wouldn't want to get real pearls next to bodily fluids for multiple reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Won't they start to, like, disintegrate or something?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes, they will.
Eee.
Our
It
bodies are too
depends-
acidic for that
I was
shit.
gonna say depends on your pH level.
That is true.
Yep.
What have
that
you been
is
eating
true.
today?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Trash.
Color your nipples with a crazy colored lipstick, like sparkly purple.
No,
He'll
don't
love
put
this.
lipstick
Shocking.
Yeah, don't color your
No.
nip knobs.
No, don't cover your
Who's doing this?
Unless,
Yeah.
unless
Right,
it's like
so.
flavored
Who
blue.
writes Cosmo fucking magazine?
Yeah, don't ever use
What?
flavored
I-
lube. Don't do that to your nip knobs. This is
Don't
coming
do
from a
that.
healthcare professional.
Yeah.
This one is from April of 1968. It says, to turn a man on, ask him to help you. Ask for him ask for his advice to explain things to you.
Tell him to do it himself.
Wow.
Wow,
Oh,
times have changed.
You
Explain
notice
to
how
me
quiet
more.
Duck got?
He has
Has us,
probably
like,
left the
muted.
building. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Oh, it makes me
God.
mess.
Bless him.
I'm already making a mess.
Oh no. This one is saying to do something unsavory with a donut.
What? No, you have to
That's
tell us
good
now.
advice.
Food
That's
is
good
involved.
advice.
You have to tell
What
us.
is it? Wait.
All right,
I
let's
missed
talk
it,
about it. Let's
Francis.
go.
Sorry.
You stick the donut and then you bite the donut off.
I don't
Oh.
Is this
I
like a
don't
grape,
know.
grape
Okay.
situation?
I am just going to really quickly, for anyone at home who isn't that experienced, don't put sugar anywhere near your bits. Don't do it. Just don't do it.
Don't put any food anywhere near your bits.
Stop
Keep
it.
your
Get
bits
some
clean.
help.
If you want something that tastes good, buy body safe flavored lube. If you really need to feel like you're eating while you're down there, you fucking cannibals, there is body safe flavored lube. End of
Listen,
story.
Me and my donuts have our own special time. I don't need any weed
Yeah,
near that.
I don't need a man to ruin my donut time.
Yeah,
I don't need
literally.
anyone to ruin my donut time.
That's a
I'm
quiet
taking-
moment between me and
Gender
the
doesn't
donuts.
matter. People need to
My-
stay away from me when I'm eating a donut.
My dough already has nuts, okay? I don't need more.
God damn it.
I love that. I'm getting that tattooed on my body. You can't stop
My
me.
dough already has nuts.
I'm getting it tattooed right on my body.
Right on your
Permanently.
forehead.
Let's
No,
get- yeah,
right
no,
on my
we're-
butt.
let's get matching tattoos at PAX Unplugged.
Okay, I'm down.
Okay.
You don't gotta tell me twice.
Easy.
I love getting tattooed.
Me too.
Apparently the legendary editor that came up with all of these is called Helen Gurley Brown.
I'm looking her
Uh-huh.
up.
So yeah, I guess, I mean, like, she thought about freezing grapes in a Ziploc bag and then putting them in your mouth and then sucking someone off.
No.
Oh,
No.
Stop putting
They had
food in
a
your
good time.
grits. Damn it. Cut it out.
Well,
Think
that's
about
a
frozen
type of
grapes.
witchcraft.
All of you are grounded.
There you go,
Every
guys. I
single
posted a
one.
picture for you guys in the Discord.
oh, what did you post in the Discord? I'm
Please let it be
scared to
naughty.
look.
I hope it's not grapes.
That's Helen Gurley Brown. There you go. That's who's giving you this
Oh.
advice,
Ah.
Rose.
Hold on, I gotta
Okay,
pull up
so-
Discord.
She's no Dr. Ruth. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Nobody can be Dr. Ruth.
I only take sex advice from Dan Savage. That's it.
I only take sex advice from Mandy, so
Yeah. Only take it from me. That's fine. Yeah, exactly.
There's a QR code where I can get some legitimately good sex tips, apparently.
Uh-huh.
yikes.
Yeah, I got a
Um,
QR code for you.
Yeah.
Curious. Very
Okay,
curious.
so I got off track. What are
Okay.
we supposed to be doing with the
So-
room? I'm so sorry.
That's
I got
okay.
off track.
Sorry.
We're supposed to be off track.
No, I just personally was like, I don't know what I need to be doing right now.
You're doing great.
Thank
Okay.
you.
So once you've got a picture on your parchment paper
Okay.
or you've written something, you can do, I usually flip it over in the back and put the runes that I want to use.
Ooh.
I don't know if you can see it. And you can, I mean, you can use every rune you want. It doesn't matter. There's not a limit. But as you're writing the runes, you want to really visualize what it is that you're looking for. It could be visualizing the word, or if it's like in this case, it's for mine, it was the cottage, but you're really visualizing. Like in this one, I'm actually visualizing myself walking up through the doors of the cottage.
Mm.
So
Andy, I'm
Visualizing a
digging your
moving day.
playlist.
I know.
Thanks. I made it myself. Yeah, that's all that's my witchy music that I like to listen to get in the mode.
I would just
Oh,
listen to
Special delivery. What is this?
Special delivery.
Special
got me on-
delivery.
You got me a milkshake.
Was that manifested?
Keep him forever. Was that manifested? I manifested this milkshake. It's here.
I mean, I tried to manifest donuts earlier today. It didn't work.
There's M&Ms in it.
What?
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh.
Oh, it's definitely from Del Taco because I shit all over Del Taco today. I was like, well, you get Del Taco and Del Taco is trash. And now he's trying to show me it's not.
Free avocado?
Free
Avocado.
Mm. All right, fine. Fine, Del Taco, I see you.
Oh, they make a mean M&M's milkshake.
Yeah, it's strawberry ice cream. It's extra yummy.
They're gonna be contacting you for brand partnership here.
Yeah,
there you go.
No,
Thinking about Del Taco while you're manifesting.
Mm. Oh, I manifested a dog. Don't bark in here.
My runes are drawn. They are sinful, but that's okay.
That's all right.
I got it all over my hands. You said it stains. You said it was messy.
Yeah,
It's all
you
over
can
me.
use
You were right.
alcohol to get it off of
I'm
your
just gonna leave
hands.
it.
Also, need a
Um,
makeup remover too.
Oh, that's a
Baby
good idea.
oil.
I put a
That's
picture
Free
of
avocado.
my page in Discord. Nice.
Cool.
Ah.
I had too many pictures that were a bit too bigger, so I just put it on a piece of computer paper.
Yeah,
Oh,
you can
okay.
do that.
Hmm.
The you can use any size piece of paper. You can fold it. It doesn't matter. I mean, I put stuff in the spell kit just to make it more fun and enticing, but it doesn't matter. Here's the thing about witchcraft is nothing matters.
Except for attention.
It's your energy.
Hmm.
That's the only thing that matters. The rest of the stuff is more just for fun.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, it's really hard to make the goddess mad. She doesn't get mad. She doesn't care.
Yeah. Makes sense.
You know, there's I'm actually a pagan, and I know like there's different sects of pagans that like the Wiccans. Wicca has a lot of rules. Like you do this spell on this day or when the moon is here, and that's just too complicated for me. I do a spell when I need it. I don't worry about the day of the week. I mean, there are some spells that, yeah, I'll watch the moon phase, but if I need a spell right then, I'm not going to wait for the moon to get in the proper section. I'm
Right.
just going to do the spell.
Yep, I've told Mandy and Em, I'm a chaos witch. I use what I have on hand and I do it when I want to do it.
Yeah.
I was telling Mandy earlier, but all of my like background in it is like my mom's from Scotland, so it's all like folk magic that
Yeah.
I didn't know was folk magic until I was like an adult, and I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, that's kind of like
Right.
me. My mom, well, my dad is Jewish actually, but my mom is part Native American and part Irish.
Mm.
So I'm just kind of a generic pagan. I'm a mutt. But a lot of times, like on runes, I will use the Hebrew alphabet, especially in the more the like the Kabbalah type magic that I've done before. But I just prefer the Elder Futhark because it kind of gives me that sense of the old
Yeah.
what's the word? Celtic type stuff.
Yeah.
Although the Elder Futhark's not Celtic, but it reminds me of it.
Where are like the origins of the Elder Futhark?
It's Scandinavian and Germanic.
Oh, I didn't know that.
There was actually split. Both groups used the Elder Futhark. Yep.
Yay.
Didn't I tell you to give the ones I won on Monday to Cloverbee? I told you that.
I need to
in
enter
chat.
the freaking.
Okay.
I was so focused on my witchcraft, I forgot to enter a Twitch giveaway.
Okay. I'm making a mess. Listen, I don't think anyone's surprised, but
Yeah,
What's
normally I'll use an altar cloth just for the mess. I didn't use one today here because of the camera. It'd be kind of hard to see some of the stuff, but typically, especially if I'm using dragon's blood, just a black altar cloth will help.
So this is kind of a dumb question,
No
but
such thing.
that's true. That's true.
No
Is
such
that-
thing.
Is that kind of like one of the big purposes of an altar cloth? Because I go through altar cloths like
Yeah.
crazy because I make messes on them and then I
Yeah.
feel bad. But that's
It's a tablecloth.
I
Yeah.
didn't really know. I honestly I wasn't sure because the first one I think that I ever got was very intricate and
Yeah.
all this stuff on it, and I was like, "Am I supposed to be doing something with this?" And then I spilled ink and I got wax all over it, and I was
Yeah.
like, "So much for that." But that's good to know. I don't think anybody ever explained that to me. So
It's a
Yeah,
tablecloth for fancy bitches.
I love that.
I mean witches.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha.
That's why I try not to carry expensive altar cloths. You can get really expensive altar cloths, and I made the mistake of doing that when I was much younger, and it's pointless. So the altar cloths I carry, I think the most expensive one is like $14 or $15, and most of them are less than 10.
Yeah. Yours
But
are nice. I have quite a few of yours.
Yeah, I have a
Because they're
couple of
just-
yours as well.
They're
Yeah.
just well, in a lot of the shops out here, they sell really small ones too. And I was like,
Yeah,
I'm
they're
making
big.
messes, okay?
yeah. I think that's typical that they sell small ones. Like most altar cloths are kind of small, because a lot of people, they're in a small space. A lot of people don't have room to do a huge altar. Mine is actually pretty big, but even then, my altar cloth doesn't cover the whole thing. It's just where I'm working with my candles or my oils.
I'm gonna go get mine.
Yeah, I said this in the Discord, but my fancy velvet table cover is actually a old reused Dracula cape from like
Yeah.
for
love that.
That's
the
awesome.
other side.
Repurpose.
Hold on. Yeah,
That's
hold on.
that's true chaos magic. Just using a costume for your altar
And
cloth,
There's
which
the-
I just
Love
love.
that.
I just
Love
love it.
that.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
that's
spill
my
something.
favorite altar cloth that I sell.
This one, I was gonna
Yeah.
try to show. It's very messy, but I was gonna try to. Oh, I'm so sorry. I was gonna try to show it off.
Oh yeah,
I
look
was
at all
like-
that
I love
wax.
that.
You've been hard at work, girlfriend.
I
Yep.
mean, lots of, as you can all see, it's been a lot of green. We've been doing a lot of greens. And
Well,
there's
is it
some good
working?
stuff. I have been having it's been mostly for luck this year because I had a really crappy start to the year with some really crappy luck. So I did a lot of luck stuff. And in this last probably, I don't know, 6 weeks, I'm like, all right, it's here. It figured itself out. So I would
Yep.
say it's working.
Yeah.
So
It was a
here's
lot.
here's the thing about magic is when you're doing it, you need to do your spell and forget it.
Mm.
Don't dwell on it. And just put the work in that you need to do the spell. So yes, you have to do the work. Like if you do a love spell and then you sit at home every night, chances are you're not going to meet somebody. You know,
Mhm.
chances are the pizza delivery guy is not the one. No.
Aim higher. Aim
Yeah.
higher, ladies. It's the
Pizza better
DoorDash
be
guy.
real good. Yes.
Yeah.
Aim
He's
higher
from-
for DoorDash.
He's from Uber Eats.
Yeah. So
I
so
sponsor him
yeah,
on
you
Twitch.
do need to put the work in, but while you're putting the work in, forget the spell. The
Mhm.
spell is the way spells work is spells actually, if you want the science behind it, look up quantum physics. That is
I
actually quantum physics is how spells work.
have a book on this. It's 100. That's why I got into it because I was studying that, and I was I happened to was studying the science side, and then someone turned me on to the witchy side, and I was like, this just makes sense. I have a great book. If I can remember it, I'll post a link in the Discord. or
I've
something. There's a
actually-
great
I've-
book on it.
I've got a book. I'm not sure which one you use. The book I have is Magical Use of Thought Forms.
I haven't heard of
And
that one.
It
Me
talks
either.
about the quantum physics behind spell casting, but I'm trying to find it. I want to carry it in my store, but I've been having trouble. I don't know if it's out of print,
Oh, it
but
could
I'm
be.
trying to find it so I can carry it in the store.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I think mine's called The Everyday Psychic, and it's a woman who the
Yep,
very
we have the same one.
first 2 chapters, yeah. And in the first 2 chapters, she started going off about science, and my engineering brain was like, yes, tell
Yeah.
me everything. Oh my gosh, I went down a rabbit hole when I found that out. It was so good.
See, when I started when I was a kid and started doing candle magic, that was more tradition.
That was how I started
To me, it wasn't even magic. It was just, something my family did, or some people in my family did, not so much the Jewish side. But they have Kabbalah, which is how I got interested in Kabbalah, was from the Jewish side. But that was way complicated. But yeah, there is a science behind it, but you have to just do the spell, forget it, go about your life. Don't sit around waiting for the spell to work.
Yep. And don't do the same spell over and over and over and over before you see results.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
set
you
it and forget it kind of thing.
Usually what I typically do is I tell people to wait 1 moon period
Yeah, that's
to,
good.
and you can do the spell again. So for example, like you want to do a house.
Mhm.
Well, that's a big purchase.
Yeah.
That's that's not something that most people just say, okay, I want a house, and then 30 days later they go and buy it.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, I
Oh.
wish.
But a little bit at a time, you can add to your box. Think about things you want in your house. Do you want hardwood
Right.
floors? Do you want, what do you want that house to really be? And while you're adding to your box and thinking and adding to the spell, you're adding to the spell. It's not redoing the spell. But in the meantime, you might try to get, ooh, that's pretty. In the meantime, you might try to get promoted at work. You might get a job opportunity, that you weren't expecting, that because you weren't doing a job box.
Right.
but it leads you to being able to buy that house.
So that's where it's like compounding all those opportunities to get to
Exactly.
where you
So
want.
that's why, like, all the spell kits I sell, I do make them so that you can do it more than once.
Yeah.
But if you're adding to it, that's fine. You know,
Right.
keep adding to it. But yeah, just trying to do a spell and then saying, well, it didn't work, I'm gonna do it again. I would wait a full moon period. And a lot of times spells do work and you don't realize it because it's not what you envisioned.
Right.
It's something a little different, and you know, then you have to think about it, you know.
That's fair.
I have a question. Can we
girlfriend-
put multiple runes on the same paper piece of paper?
That's what I did.
That's
Yeah.
what I did. Mine are
Yeah,
so
there's no-
pretty.
There's no limit.
I have like 3. Is that okay that I have 3?
I have 5.
I have 6
I have 5.
on one.
Yeah.
I got here.
No,
here we go.
I
Here,
have
check
3
it.
pieces of paper with a bunch of
Yeah,
runes on
well,
each.
Yeah, that's what I did.
That's what
I
I'm
got-
doing too.
The more the better.
I smudged a rune. Is that bad?
No, the
Oh,
goddess does not
yeah.
care. She really doesn't. The goddess is not going to come down and
That's
strike
puppy.
you because you smudged something. Here's the thing, when you're saying a spell, when you actually get to the part where you're chanting, it doesn't matter if you stumble over your words. It doesn't matter if it
Right.
doesn't flow so easily.
Yep.
The reason why most spells rhyme is because it makes it easier to chant. And the more you chant and the more you increase that energy, the more power you're giving that spell. But if you screw up, I guarantee you nobody's going to come down and say, oh, sorry, doesn't work.
Okay, good. I mess up a lot.
Same.
The only way you can truly mess up a spell is by doing something that is not nice to someone else. You know, again, like a love spell that you're trying to put onto somebody else to make them fall in love with you. That's a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's no good.
My girlfriend is so sweet, and every time I went to a job interview while I was really like having a hard time finding anything that would work, she would do like she would manifest for me, and she would do like a reading in the morning and let me know, you know, and I would be like, hey, should I wear like my moonstone bracelet, or should I wear like, you know, what
Aw.
should I wear? And she's like, you should definitely just wear that, you know, you can wear your obsidian today. And I'm like,
Aw.
okay, thank you. Cause like, I don't know what, most of the time I
Yeah.
don't know what I'm doing. So, it's really nice to have someone else who does to
Aw.
kind of lend you that
Yeah.
hand.
I had a neighbor in Idaho. We lived next door to a really bad old motel that had like really serious bad energy in it, and terrible things happened there. And they gave me a whole freaking block of obsidian for protection. And
Nice.
I put it next to on my bedside table, so it was next to my head.
Aw.
Yeah, like a big thing.
Dang. I got a bunch of squares around me. No one's giving me any giant box of obsidian.
It was
That's
massive.
I should actually show you. I just got it. I have this huge thing of amethyst. It's like right there. Actually, it might be too heavy. I don't know if I can
Ooh,
fit
yeah.
it, but I did get that was gifted to me. And then I have, I think this is
My
calcite.
girlfriend just texted me. Sorry. My girlfriend just texted me. I just came into stream and you are about to make me cry. See, I started talking about her right now.
It's so cute. Yeah, no, I need to get another big block of obsidian.
I wear.
No.
Oh, I was like, I always wear obsidian. It's in my ears. You can't. See
Yeah.
it. Never mind. Never mind.
No, obsidian and amethyst is always really good to keep around you, especially for like clairvoyance and stuff. If you do any like clairvoyant stuff. When I was learning to read tarot, I like just carried amethyst in my pocket.
It's now one of the stones that my boyfriend recognizes when we go out. He's like, I know that rock. The purple one is amethyst. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yes. And he knows. So I am a big fan of onyx instead of obsidian. So I have a ring that took me forever to find because everybody carries obsidian, nobody carries onyx. And I finally found this onyx ring, and I'll be like, okay, which one's this one? And he'll be like, Depends. Can you see through it? Because if you can, it's probably not Onyx. Like he's learning, and it's so
Good for
good.
him. What
It's so
properties
good.
does
Cute.
Onyx carry?
I think it's a lot of protection.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
I've had this for a while, if I'm
Yeah.
being honest with you. I was really drawn to it. I got it like 2 or 3 years ago. And
Yeah.
honestly, this was like before I was kind of, I still don't know a lot about crystal magic, but this was like way before I knew anything.
Mhm.
And I was like, I don't know what it is, but this is way better than all of the other black stones in here. They're like, that's because this is the only one that's not obsidian. So I got it. And I'm pretty sure it's good for protection.
Yeah,
It
I would
is.
imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense. The track.
Next to my Moldavite, I just got a Moldavite as well.
Oh.
It's super
Is that the
small.
is that the one that
That's
breaks?
super
No, it
rare.
doesn't. No, it's not the one that breaks.
It's super rare.
It's super hard to find, and that's my
Yeah.
second piece. And I'm just like, oh, very good. Like I slid it on, and I was like, everything feels aligned again. It was very nice. Oh,
Okay. Okay. So, Reiki Candle, it's already charged. If you know anything about Reiki, it's a type of magical healing. But these candles are already charged. They've already got the crystals and everything in them. They're just, you won't see like a big chunk of crystal, but it's got like the crystal shavings, herbs and oils, but they smell awesome. So you can actually use it as aromatherapy if you're not really into Reiki, but if you want the magical purposes, it's already charged. And which one are we doing, Jimmy? He left. Positive energy.
You left.
Omnipotent.
that voice haunts me in my sleep. DM, sir.
No, it's
And-
it stops laughing as we all die during Alien RPG.
And that's
But-
funny because your voice haunts me in my sleep.
I was just about to say, Francis. I was just about to say, M's voice haunts Francis.
It haunts all of us.
I
Stuff pinged me and was like, I'm gonna keep Janet in. And I was like, how can I help, Duff? What can I
Yeah.
do? You want one voice line? Here's 12. It was so good.
Yeah, Quest has a ton of runes on her. Because I was just kind of delving into that whole like, what if I was to make a wizard, what kind of wizard would I make? And so then I started making her like a psychic, you know, in the divination magic realm and things like that. So I was like, you know what? People toss runes to kind of determine their future a little bit. Like that's the whole thing. So she's got rune tattoos basically all over. So it's fun to I don't know if play with them is the correct word, but to use them in this way.
Yeah, you can play with them. Playing's
Okay,
fine.
cool.
The runes don't get offended.
Oh, good.
Good.
I've been so afraid. I've never done, like, I don't get it. I need someone to explain it to me. Don't want to mess it up. Yeah.
My
That's fair.
boss years ago sent me, or she gave for a Christmas present, she gave me a bunch of runes to try and learn how to do rune readings. I still have them. I've never sat down and like read the book that comes with them.
Well, we carry runes in the store, so if
Mhm.
you ever want to give them a try, a lot of times when I'm
Yeah.
doing a spell, I'll take, instead of writing the rune or even in conjunction with writing a rune,
Yeah.
I'll use the rune stones and just lay
Yeah.
it down.
Do you have experience in reading runes?
I do. I don't like to do readings.
Yeah.
I can read tarot, I can read runes. I just honestly it drains me. I just find it really draining.
Yeah.
And even with all the protections, it's just not my thing.
When
You know, there's a lot of people that can block the energy. I'm not that person. And I did it professionally for a while at a store called the Labyrinth here in Dallas.
Mm.
And I don't know how those people do it all the time. I couldn't do it.
I can do tarot readings for myself, but doing them for other people, it takes too much energy to do that.
So I used to do them for friends, and I
Mhm.
haven't in a really long time, but my mom found out she was pregnant with me that
Uh-huh.
way.
Oh, really?
So
That's
I
so
don't
cool.
I don't know if a little bit of clairvoyance like rubbed off.
Well,
man.
yeah,
but
I think everybody has some psychic ability. It's whether you nurture it or let it go. I've kind of let mine go because it's just not my thing. I would
Yeah.
much rather make spell oils. And by the way, I'm going to be redoing all my oils. During the pandemic, I was having trouble getting oils in. So like this prosperity oil, it's a nice oil. It's just not super, I mean, it smells okay. But now that I'm able to get some different oils in, I'm going to be redoing all of our spell
Mm.
oils so that they're a little more aromatherapy. What, honey? Oh, there's
Oh.
Jay. Okay.
All right,
That-
other ink to add to my ink collection.
Yeah, that's so cool. That's how your mom found out she was pregnant with you.
literally,
It
yeah,
is.
yeah. So
I-
she asked if it was going to be a good idea for her to go back to work, and the woman like grabbed her hand and said, "No, this is not the time." And then
Wow.
like 2 weeks later, my mom was like, "I'm not feeling so hot. What's going on?"
I
That's
come from a very non-magical mother. And father, for the record. I come from a very non-magical family. We're both like, but the first time I ever went into a metaphysical store, there was a woman there and I was like lost. It was like day one, think I'm gonna try to be pagan. I have no idea what I'm doing kind of day, and I just found first store that came up on Google, and I walked in and I was like looking for beginner books. And it was saying this woman like came up to me. She was like, "Have I seen you before?" And I was like, "No, it's my first time here, whatever." And she goes, "Do you have ancestors in like the Appalachian? Like, are you from like Western Pennsylvania?" And I was like, "Yes." How did you? She goes, "I just see you reading these books about like, like being an herb witch and like all this stuff. I just wasn't sure." And I was so freaked out. And she goes, "Oh, I'm clairvoyant. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you." Like she was so like all this stuff.
Oh,
And she
bless her heart.
she was talking to me and she's like, she thinks it comes from like my dad's side of the family because they're very Italian. And I was like,
Oh yeah,
some
sure.
sort of like forest witch. And I found out that my last name means mint in Italian because my ancestors were herbalists. I was like,
Oh my god.
there it is. I had my whole life, I
That's
thought that we were
nice.
just
That's
like
cool.
non-magic people. Found
So-
out later that wasn't the case. Yeah.
My mom's not like she like not actively, but
Mm.
it's just little things that people do in Scotland. And
Mhm.
it's just like, oh,
That's so cool.
that if you look what that is, that's folk magic.
That's so cool.
I think it's over in the whole UK area. It's so ingrained, people don't even know they're doing it.
Yeah, and that's
Well,
yeah.
It's kind of like Catholics.
Well,
You know-
yeah, yeah. Me and
I mean-
Mandy were just talking
We were
about
just
that
talking
earlier.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I say my family is non-magic because we're very hard Catholic.
Yeah. Well, my husband grew up Catholic, and it's little things that he would talk about from Catholic, like he went to
Okay.
Catholic school,
Right.
Catholic,
Same.
and I'm like,
Mhm. Yeah.
that's just folk magic.
Oh, you
can't
think
tell me
your
otherwise.
you think your Christmas wreath is not folk magic?
No,
Yeah.
no, it is.
Well,
Mm.
I took my sister to the Vatican
Oh.
for spring break one year. We went to Rome, and it was so cool because they obviously their sermons aren't in English, so I had no idea
Yeah.
what they were saying. But we had
Right.
the incense, we had the chanting, we had. It was like it's a pagan ritual.
It
Oh,
is.
100%.
100%.
It's awesome.
100%.
There's Jay.
Hey, Jam.
Hey.
Hi, Jay.
Hello.
Hi. I hope you can hear me.
Yep.
We can hear you.
I had a bad time at a pharmacy.
Oh, I'm
no.
sorry.
Who do I gotta fight?
I'll fight
The
the
A
pharmacist.
I'm on my way. I got
Close up
scrubs
to that
too.
pharmacist.
I'll throw on my scrubs. It beat respiratory therapist versus pharmacist battle
You'll win.
royale.
You'll win for sure.
Oh my
Who
gosh.
wins here?
You just
You'll
turn.
win.
Your ultimate move is you turn into Biff Malibu.
No, I just Biff Malibu with an oxygen tank and just like slanging.
I love it. Just show up in full cosplay.
But in scrubs.
Awesome.
I'm in your walls. I'm in your walls. Biff Melba's in your walls.
So Jay, when you're ready, we're taking pictures out of the magazine and gluing them to the little parchment paper.
Okie dokie.
And then when you've got a couple things, let me know, because then we can move on to the candle, and I'll show you what to do with the candles.
Okay. I do apologize for being late. I did
You're
my best.
fine.
We've learned the goddess is not mad, so
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
candle.
goddess
Ever.
doesn't care.
yeah.
I need to go
that's
get a
it.
lighter.
The goddess
I will
doesn't
be
care.
right back.
I think I'm gonna get a shirt in my merch store that just says the goddess doesn't care. And that or
There you
actually,
go.
maybe you should
Yeah.
sell it at your store.
Yeah.
Put me
Yeah,
down
I
for like
agree.
3.
Yeah.
Ariad's open for commissions.
Actually, that's very interesting. Were you manifesting potentially a commission? Because I'm manifesting potentially needing that to get done.
Wow, that's so
that's
weird.
So
that
weird
happened.
how that happened.
It's also
Strange.
called that's also called networking.
What nerd? In the mundane world, we call that.
Don't worry, my people will be in touch with your people. It'll be
All right,
great.
I'll expect a DM from you soon.
I will DM you in 5 minutes. Yeah.
Joke's on you. We are our own people.
Yeah. No, my I feel like my my merch is needs a little freshening up. So gonna need a new artist and some other people's input. So be good.
Wink,
got
wink,
you.
nudge,
I
nudge.
love you. Yeah. We'll see.
Like you guys were talking about earlier, it was actually really interesting. I went the other day, well, not the other day, last Ren Fair season. I saw a psychic who was at one of the tables. My girlfriend and I both went up, and we both got separate readings, which were obviously uncanny.
Right.
Because it was like, fuck, okay, you got me, you know. But what was interesting about it is that when she was doing a palm reading, and when she was looking at me, she was like, "You have a long line of witches in your family," and I was like, "Really?" Because my mom's very Christian, and my dad was too, and you know, things like that. And then I found out that my mom was a witch when she was in like middle school and high school, and like when she first started college, and then she converted when she had my brother into Christianity and things like that. But
Wow.
so it was really interesting to hear that, because I was like, "Are you sure?" But then my mom told me
Darn.
about it, and I was like, "Oh,
Oh, I got
okay then."
I got to show you guys something. So my mom, Jimmy just had his birthday. So my mom made him a magic money tree, and she made this for him, and she attached little money. So that's
Oh.
our manifesting money tree.
That's so
Oh,
cute.
so-
I
Oh
love
my
that.
God. Does anybody want to lend me their pagan mom? What? This is amazing.
I'll be your
We
pagan
have
mom.
we have a
Hold on.
pagan mom, and
That's
it's
true.
Rachel.
Right here.
And
Rachel,
thank
she's
God.
here.
So this is a true. So it's actually funny that you say that. So I am very new to all of this still, and it was like January 1st. I was like, I renounce my Christianity. I renounce my Catholicism. I'm doing it. I'm going full blown pagan. Like done. And it was so funny because one of the first things that I did was a similar manifestation spell, and I just wanted like resources so I could like find other people to help me with my paganism. And then like the next week, my Duff was like, "Oh, this is my wife Rachel," and I was like, "This has worked out swimmingly for me." So I think you were my
Aw.
manifestation, because I wanted my own little like community where I could like ask questions and like learn how to anoint candles. And then you showed up, and it was great.
Aw.
It was
See?
great. It works,
Well,
everyone.
you want to know something really funny though, and this is for people who are interested in magic. You do not have to renounce Christianity.
Mm-hmm.
I needed to.
Well,
Oh,
I
yeah.
understand it's
But
never
yeah.
been an appeal to me, but the reason I say that is because in paganism we believe in God and goddess, the male and female, the yin and yang. There's an opposite for everything. And so in paganism, there are a lot of pagans who see Jesus as a male aspect of God. So you have the divine God, and then sometimes you hear the different names. Those are just aspects of God, of the divine. So you can have male and female. So it's just, Jesus is just another aspect of God. No different than Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Just a different aspect. So if there's anybody watching and they're interested in paganism, but they feel like, that would be against their religion, it actually doesn't go against your religion. It's just a different way to practice that religion.
I had no idea.
Christian witches and Jew witches are a thing.
Yep.
They are.
What's your
I know quite a few of them.
What's your take then on so I obviously have a lot of interest in learning about the Picts. What's your take then on all the various gods and goddesses of the Pictish people?
So I don't know a lot about the Picts. I know some.
Sure, yeah.
Here's what I know about the more Celtic, Gaelic, and I don't know how closely the Picts are to them, but the Celts and the Gaelics are actually they're pantheist.
Yeah.
They don't believe in they don't believe in different gods and goddesses. They have different names, but it's all one divine being.
Right. Okay.
So I know who the Picts are. I don't know much about what they're.
It's a lot of precursor to what the Gaels believed in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, you see a lot of similarities when you do the reading. So it's like.
Yeah, most pagan religions were pantheists.
Mm-hmm.
They're not, even though they have different names for gods and goddesses. So like Egyptians, you have all the gods and goddesses, lots of different gods and goddesses, but there's one main god, right? And that's Ra, and everything comes off of Ra. So they're just different aspects of one divine being.
That makes sense. That makes more sense. It's a lot of when you look at like what the Picts believed in, a lot of it like built up to what eventually the Gaels believed in their very early Gaelic culture.
Right.
I don't know. So a lot of the Gaelic culture and Celtic culture, like there's a lot of crossover.
Oh, there's definitely.
And there's some that's like specifically Gaelic, and then some that's specifically Celtic, and a lot of the same names, just different spellings.
Exactly.
Like there's an apostrophe here instead of there. And
exactly. Yeah.
A lot of that fun stuff. But yeah, I've been reading more and more on like Pictish rituals and like what they did, which the information out there's limited because they were so long ago. But
yeah,
it's really neat stuff.
It is. And I've often wondered if science has it right. So like I hear them talk about all these pagan religions, and there were religions that, they say, oh, they did human sacrifice. And I'm like, what's interesting is we know bad people exist in the world and have always existed. But the one thing I've never seen an archaeologist dig up from that era is a jail. So what if they didn't imprison people because they didn't know how to do it, but they killed bad people, they had the death penalty.
Right.
Yeah,
And it
'cause
wasn't
maybe they
so
didn't
much
have
a
enough
human
resources.
It wasn't
so
a
they're
human
just
it wasn't, it was the death penalty. If you steal from your neighbor, you got the death penalty. So I've often wondered that.
You hear stories of that in the same way that people for some reason believe that like in the Middle Ages people didn't drink water, they only drank wine. Why would you talk about drinking water when you would never write that down? So they don't ever talk about like the normal everyday things. They talk about, well, this person was killed, it had to have been ritual sacrifice.
Yep.
It's the same concept in my mind.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, fun! Yay!
Ooh.
So Jerry,
are they from Francis?
Yes. Hi. Yes.
I want to, Jimmy, enter me in that one.
Yes, please.
Yeah. I was gonna keep those for myself, but they work really well with tonight, so I have to make another pair.
Is there a picture? Do you have a picture somewhere on your
I sent
shop?
Stuff a picture.
Stuff, show us.
No, I hadn't listed them yet.
They're exclusive.
They are exclusive.
Exclusive.
I gotta look up so I can see what the stone is. It just looked like a constellation to me, so.
Tyler, do you have a way to enter the drawing? Or are you strictly on Zoom?
I'm on Zoom.
Okay. Jimmy?
Oh, here, I got you.
The
I already have
Thanks,
a pair of
guys.
earrings. I already have a pair of Southern Studio earrings, so I don't need another pair.
Got my candle.
I-
I'm happy.
I do, but
I will
The-
open it up for whoever else wants it.
the stone is lapis lazuli.
Lapis lazuli?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
No, it's lapis lazuli now.
I like it.
French.
Hi, Mech. Hi, Mech. I didn't realize you were here.
He's been lurking.
I guess he's been lurking. He's been stalking.
Always
started.
lurks.
They haven't started the contest yet. Everyone's trying to enter. It's like fail to enter giveaway, fail to enter giveaway.
Stuff. Get on the contest.
Hurry the heck up, Duff. I want to enter.
Okay.
oh,
And Jimmy, Tyler doesn't have a way to enter. Can you? Okay.
oh yeah, I'll do it. I got you. I got you. Yeah, I got you.
Thank you.
Of
You guys
course.
are awesome.
Let me see if I can make
when it's up.
There you go.
Oh,
Oh, those are pretty.
those are really cool.
They're beautiful. I should have manifested clear skin. I got a pimple on my nose that hurts.
Oh my god, that's such a good one. Wait.
I should have manifested.
Wait a sec.
I have
I
extra
just felt-
paper. I'm doing it.
I just felt that like, oh, ouch.
I
don't know.
like I'm going to like a new esthetician and everything. That would have been a great thing to test.
So after we finish with all of our manifestation strips. do we
Yeah,
put
we're
them in the
gonna
box, or-
start on the candle. I'm giving Jay a couple minutes to kind of
Okay, no problem. No
get
problem.
settled in and have a couple cards ready to go.
I think I'm good. I think I
Are
have
you?
maybe one more to do. Yeah.
Okay. I was kind of stalling for you.
Thank you.
I'm
We're having a
gonna
good conversation.
break up. Be right back.
I was
yeah.
gonna say I just finished writing all of the runes, so I don't know how fast y'all are going, but I am certainly not up to.
I'm just
I
zippy.
wasn't done that quick.
Yeah, I'm an overachiever by nature.
I just spilled a
Oh,
lot and
okay.
stopped. That was,
You know, I didn't make a mess with the ink, believe it or not, but I did spill candle everywhere.
I've
Yeah.
got
Just don't burn anything.
it looks like it definitely
No,
looks like
I
I
just-
hurt myself.
Oh my god.
I don't
Yeah.
know how it happened, okay?
I have the same problem.
How have you done this?
I don't know.
Yeah,
There's
my-
one
my
thing I
candle
forgot
is
to use it. You
completely
can actually
depleted.
get these pipettes and
Oh.
use it. I forgot to do it. I just poured it and that's how I got ink all over me because I've got ink all over me too, but you can do
Yeah.
it with pipettes.
Yeah, I think I just ended up dipping the feather in too far and then it got
Yeah.
Well, now you can just say that you have like the blood of your enemies on your
Yeah,
hands.
exactly. I
It's
just
funny, I went to DM my boyfriend back and I just did a GIF and he was like, what does that mean? And I was like, sorry, I couldn't type out. I have dragon's blood on my hands.
I just had to make sure that the bottle was very closed and very far away from me.
That's a
Otherwise,
good
terrible
idea.
things are going to happen.
That's
Yeah, good
fair.
idea.
That's what I did too. I set it like across the table.
Yep, it's gone. It's out of proximity for me.
I'm too clumsy.
I
for
talk
red
with I
things.
talk to my hands and I'm a klutz. Like,
Yeah.
Mood.
Okay. So we're waiting for Francis to come back and then we'll start the candle.
Yes.
Oh. Let
You
me
guys
get a refill. Hold on.
Okay.
This is why I just keep the bottle
Bottle
right
next to
next
you.
to me.
Yeah.
All right, this bad boy on hand.
I like cold drinks. I'm not a gremlin, okay?
Mine
it's
is
goblin
cold.
I'll be
hours
right back
here.
Not a grim
Goblin hours only.
Mandy knows what I'm talking about.
That's
If you
right,
drink it fast
baby.
enough, it'll stay cold.
Yeah. That's a funny joke.
A joke.
A neurodivergent person drink fast? Never.
What?
No. You hyperfixate on the one drink and then you forget about the other 3 drinks that you have on your desk.
Oh, I was drinking last
Yes.
night with Creep in her voice chat, in her sub chat, and I just challenged somebody to chug with me, and I just went buck wild.
I managed to find this.
Art. That's cool.
Art.
I also did art. Hold on, where did it go?
I also did tattoo.
Nice. You're manifesting a new tattoo?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
We
I'm
do have to
manifesting
get-
a lot of things.
We do have to go get tattooed on when I come up for PAX Unplugged.
Hell yeah.
Oh, what if we got little dice?
We could get little D20s.
Yeah.
Aw. I love that. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
For sure.
Okay.
Sorry.
My body is ready.
All righty. We're going to do the candle. And what I like to do on the candle is I like to put runes on the candle before I load them. So I'm just going to take a pen. You can use anything and just kind of do the same rune. You can use the same runes. You can use different runes. I'm going to use the same ones and just do them on my candle.
How are you doing that? What are you using?
I'm using a pen.
Okay.
And I'm kind of going as kind of deep in the candle, but I'm not going to go straight down. I'm going to put them all over.
Is there a reason for that?
Do what?
Is there like, so you said you don't go straight down. You put them all over?
I don't, because I want, what I'm doing is I'm putting holes in the candle. And when we load it with herbs, I want herbs all over the candle.
Oh, that is so smart.
So I'm just going all over the candle and making marks with the pen so that I can get herbs and oil all in it.
Yeah.
So I've done this so many times. I've never thought to do that.
I'm getting buck wild with it.
Buck wild.
I'm kind of being, see, that's my issue. I'm being a little too engineer with it. It's too perfect. I gotta just
get
mess
buck
it up.
wild.
Oh God.
Get crazy.
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 Get crazy, get stupid.
Get
my
crazy.
gosh.
Lose yourself to the music.
So I'm
Oh
still,
my God.
see, oh my gosh. Might need another
Currently
drink.
in the playlist, whoever's playlist this was, Thought Shit is playing in the background. So
Nice.
Hell yeah. That would be me. I made that.
yeah,
Smart girl. Smart.
it's banging.
Oh,
I know.
all right. I got you, Tara.
Thank you.
I'm a ticket.
Manifesting some of Tyler's cookies. That's all
Ooh,
right.
yeah,
Some
smart.
earrings.
Tyler, do you have like a link to either your website, your Facebook?
I'm on Facebook. It's Peculiar Cookie Company, but I'm only legally allowed to sell in Texas, but I can send them for free.
As
So
a
if you
gift.
guys want to
Friends.
try some, because
Sure.
I eventually want to be able to like sell them all over the place. So this will be like a trial run just to see how
Thank
well
you,
they hold
Yeah.
up.
What's that legal process? Is that like
Yeah.
the whole thing?
So,
You're
Not
gonna
home baked goods.
so Texas is not as strict as other states, but when you are a cottage food maker, which is pretty much you just operate out of your kitchen,
Right.
you can only sell in your state. So eventually I'll have a commercial kitchen. And then
I
can
was
get
gonna
all over the place.
say you'd have to have
Are
a commercial
you
kitchen. I
Jimmy?
imagine.
manifesting that?
Jimmy, are you
Manifesting
there?
that, yes.
Very good.
We need to set Tyler up with to meet, what's his name? Your bakery friend. Yes. So
Let's do it.
what is he at? What does he do? Is it Paradise Bakery? Okay. Because if we could set Tyler up with Chris, maybe he could, help her with, Okay.
All
right.
That's another bless him moment.
I did post Tyler's Facebook page in the Discord as well as the Twitch chat. So if you're located in Texas, go get some
Okay.
Thank
cookies.
you. Thank you.
I just ordered some from Tyler, and oh my God, those brownies,
The
they were
Gemini
like,
Jacks.
they melted
Ooh,
in my mouth. And then
thank
she had
you.
the coffee cake blondies.
Those are my
Oh.
favorite.
Ooh.
That's great. The Jimmy special.
That was yeah, because Jimmy's favorite cookie is oatmeal raisin, because he's
Oh.
weird.
No, I stand by it.
Ew.
Duff.
I stand
Oh,
by it.
oatmeal
with you,
raisin
Duff.
is so
Raisin
good.
is
I love
amazing.
oatmeal
Okay.
raisin cookies.
I'm an
Ew.
old man at heart.
It's
Yeah.
really good.
You, I'm
Oh
with
yeah.
you, Rachel.
Why
That's
don't you go
weird.
eat a Werther's next? Ugh.
Yeah, what are you,
Well,
1,000
no,
years old,
okay.
Duff?
You know what? Werther's are good. They may be marketed as
Ew.
old people candy, but they actually taste good.
No,
so
it's
it's
all
good.
about the strawberry church
This-
candy.
Oh yeah, those are good.
Disgusting. Disgusting.
Hi.
Hello.
Who are we saying hi to? Hi.
Creep is my dad, my other dad,
Creep.
Hello.
My other dad.
Hello.
my papa.
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 Father.
All right.
Hey there.
Myriad, you are just like Papa.
You are like
You're
Papa.
Really?
So when you guys have your runes and
Oh,
your
yeah.
candles the way you want it, you're going to take a little bit of the anointing oil, and you're going to start at the top and turn clockwise towards you and get that oil all the way down
I gotta think about which
I
way.
gotta take
clockwise
my
feels
rings
good.
off. Hold on.
towards you.
Towards me. Got it.
Yeah.
Clock,
Yeah.
Clockwise.
I'm slow at
clockwise.
writing.
And
Yeah, I know. I'm like really carving it, so I don't
yeah,
know.
that's fine.
You guys told me to mess it up. I messed it up. You know,
Good.
it looks great. I'm excited.
It's
The
beautiful.
more holes you make, basically, the more those herbs are going to stick to it when we roll it in the herbs.
Yeah.
The herbs.
Well,
Occurred to me, I think I
Oops.
have.
oh, my fingers are green.
Oh
Mine are
no,
still
mine
red, though.
too. Yeah. Christmas.
She-Hulk.
Goodness.
Oh, I love this. I know you said you're changing your prosperity oil, but I have so much of it and I
Smells
love
so
it.
good.
It does
Smells
smell so
really
good.
good.
Smells
I
good.
can't wait. The fact that you're like, it's fine. I'm like, she has something better. She might be sending.
Yeah, I
me.
have one
So-
that I really want to make.
Mm,
So the problem I had was during the pandemic, it was hard to get stuff in.
right.
And so I was limited into how many different types of oils I could either have or make or put together. And now they're starting to become more and more available.
Good.
So I can expand the oils that I use.
Rachel, what exactly is the prosperity oil? Like what herbs or whatever
Oh,
it may
yeah.
be?
So there's it's mostly patchouli.
Mhm.
On this one, I normally don't give out my recipes,
Oh,
but
it's a secret recipe.
I was like ready to write it down. I was like, I want to know. Tell me
so
everything.
this one is
That's so
actually,
funny.
I'll give it to you. It's
No,
fine.
no, it's okay.
No,
Oh, if,
no,
if it's
no,
secret,
I
no
want the
worries, no
secrets.
worries.
Keep
Let
it
it be
secret.
secret. Let it be secret.
Hear me
She's
out.
changing it up. She's changing it up. So
Yeah.
there's gonna be a
Hear-
new secret
just-
recipe.
Just like
Ask
secret
for
DM
the
it to me
sauce.
later.
You can't have it.
Yeah, that's so
Sauce.
good.
Well,
Which is beans.
it's
the
not that
special
it's anything
beans.
special.
No, it
it's
is.
just, no, it's
Don't say it.
Don't say it.
DM me later. Slide into my DMs later.
okay.
Oh
There
my
you go.
god.
So we're gonna take the herbs and we're gonna kind of like roll the candle around.
Yeah,
in the
and you're
herbs?
gonna roll
What is it?
towards you.
Okay.
Now, is the direction
Let's
of things, is there a reason why for the directions, or?
Yes. So we are trying to draw into us.
Okay.
If we were banishing, we would push it away and we would anoint the candle from the bottom and go counterclockwise. But we're not trying to
Okay.
banish, we're trying to draw in.
That's where I messed up my one banishing spell. This makes sense now.
Interesting.
Mm.
I will say this is entirely new magic to me. So,
Oh, nice.
because I am a different kind of witch.
What kind of
Um,
witch are you, Jay?
The way I was raised is mostly like nature based, like Aztec gods.
Oh, cool.
Because I'm Hispanic and indigenous. So that's kind of where we were at. So it's a little different. I haven't done this before, but I was like, this seems interesting and I want to do it because it seems really cool.
It is.
I'm not cool.
Yeah, you are.
You're cool,
You're
Jay.
cool to us.
You're here,
super
you're
cool.
cool.
You're cool to us, Jay.
So this is actually not totally dissimilar because, like, as I told them before you got here, I'm actually part Native American, and now my mom is pagan, and we did, you know, we've got the Irish, the Celtic, and the Native American mix, and ours is, you know, what we did in our family was just more of a mix of the two. It wasn't specifically one or the other.
I would love to see someone do their like candles for Hanukkah with like runes in each
So
one.
good.
Like that would be
Intention
really
candles.
fun. Yeah.
That's actually a thing. That's a thing.
Is it?
Yes, it
That's
is a
sick.
thing.
So I'm a little sad because my herbs are not sticking to my candle.
That's okay. Don't
Work
worry
it
about it.
up more.
So yeah,
Oil
you
it
can
up.
add more oil. What I was
Stop
doing was I was pushing the herbs in, so you may not see a lot of it. In fact, I don't think you can see it real well. But I've got herbs pushed it. Yeah, there you go. Pushed into the candle.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do too.
Alright.
Now the leftover herbs, can they just go back in the bag?
They can go back in the bag, or I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. I've got my little cauldron here.
Yes, I want to burn them. Sorry.
I'm gonna burn them.
I just
So
got
I'm gonna light the charcoal.
I got a lighter for this and everything.
I'm gonna go get my cauldron.
Yep, same.
Oh,
I
wish
do
had a
not
flame.
have
I
a
want to go get.
cauldron.
I want to get my cauldron as well. I may go do that actually.
You know what's really cool is that there are so many different kinds of witches, and that each kind of witchcraft is different per culture, per background, and everything like that.
Oh God,
Yeah.
my hands are green as well.
I like the fact that you can sort of just make up your own tradition.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I don't like rules. If I wanted rules, I would join the church.
Well, and that's kind of like what I was saying, why I'm not a Wiccan, because Wiccans
Yeah.
had too many rules.
Mhm.
And it just wasn't for me. That wasn't how I grew up. So I'm just going to burn those. Now, when these herbs are done burning and it cools, I will actually take those outside and toss them into the wind and make a little air spell to go with the prosperity kit.
Hey,
I have
our
a
spells
question.
are
I-
Scottish folk spells.
I missed it. How are you getting the oil out? Are you putting it on your hand, or are you putting it directly on the candle?
So what I was doing was, you can dip it, but I was just taking it like this and then
Oh,
just rubbing
okay.
it.
Okay, that makes sense.
In fact, I'm just going to put a little bit of the oil on the burning herbs.
Oh, she's so
Oh,
much
this
faster
smells
than me.
lovely. I just opened it. Oh
Yeah.
my.
I just opened it as
Oh,
well.
I want
Like, you think the oil smells good? I have burned. I'm assuming it's the same prosperity blend you've had for a while. It is easily the best. The best herbs I've ever burned. Like, they smell so good.
They do smell really good.
I think I DM'd Duff like 2 years ago when I first did it. And I was like, please tell her I feel like I'm being kissed by Mother Nature because these herbs are the greatest thing I've ever burned. I love this blend.
If you think he.
Did you? Yeah, I figured you did, but I was like, this is amazing. I love this blend that you make.
Lord me.
If you don't have a cauldron, what is a safe way to burn your herbs?
Some kind of fire safe vessel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have like a, so like mine's not. I mean, mine's I've done mine in seashells.
So
before.
let me show
Oh.
you another way you can do it.
Ooh.
If you have a fire safe place, you can take your herbs and roll them like you would a cigarette or a joint. You basically just roll them up.
Hey, too good at that, Rachel. You're too good at
I
that.
saw that technique and I was like, I know that too well.
She's all.
I was gonna say-
So you
Yeah,
can
check
take
it
them
out.
like this and burn it.
Oh,
Nice. I didn't think
I
about
love
that.
You can
that.
actually write, normally, this is called a billet. Normally when I do a billet, I'll actually put runes or some sort of spell on it and then burn it. And then you just, when it cools and it's done burning, you go out and you put it in the air or in the ground for either an earth spell or an air spell. So, but you just
Very
let it
cool.
burn.
So since you're not Wiccan, how do you treat elements and things like that? What is your
So I actually call in elements when I do a full circle.
Uh-huh.
Elements go so far back that
Yeah.
it's not basically the only difference between paganism and Wiccan are just some rules.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah. So pagans typically don't have rules because pagan means rural dweller. There wasn't a priest or anything, but Wiccans do tend to have like high priestesses, which I don't understand because that's not, I don't
Good
know.
point.
I don't get
That's
that.
just something you don't understand.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm
Yeah.
like, why do I need an intermediary between me
Yeah.
and God or goddess? Because that defeats the whole purpose. Every individual is their own high priestess. So like when
I love that.
when
Wait,
people
so it's the Catholicism of witchcraft?
I was
Yeah.
gonna say.
Oh my gosh. No wonder I didn't identify with it.
How do I just like roll it around in the thing?
Roll it towards you.
roll it towards you.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
press. Well, I was gonna say press really hard, but I guess you press as hard as you want.
I
will
look
press as hard as my tiny fingers can do.
have the secret herbs and spices that go into like what is it? Is it Dr. Pepper? The 23 herbs and
yeah,
no, what is the herbs and
That's
spices
KFC,
one?
isn't
KFC.
it?
Dr. Pepper?
Dr. Pepper. I love
Dr.
it.
Pepper has like
Yeah, it's
That's
Dr.
so
Pepper,
funny.
obviously.
have you seen the flavors that Dr. Pepper claims to have in it? It's like
There's 23 flavors.
blackberry. Yeah.
According to
There's
them.
supposedly.
definitely a flavor. I think it might be acidic.
No,
I
seriously,
got it.
they
Oh,
claim
no.
to have like 23 or 35 flavors or something crazy.
Rose,
like,
Rose,
okay.
come visit me in Texas. My husband will take us to both the Coca-Cola museum and the Dr. Pepper museum. They're both in Texas. You can make your own Coca-Cola flavor and everything. It's ridiculous.
I've
Hey,
lived in
I
Texas
like-
forever and I've never done that.
The Dr. Pepper museum is here too. Dr.
I
Pepper
mean,
Museum.
Good
come,
idea.
come to the Jelly Belly factory then.
Oh my God.
Oh
in
fuck, I want that. I
California.
want to go there.
Listen, I live in Denver. All we have are, well, weeds and witches. I don't know. That's about it.
Jimmy?
We have
We
wizards
didn't
of the coast here, so
There you go.
Hey.
I think I win.
So after the next giveaway, let's do a quick intermission. I said after.
Oh.
Yeah.
Chat says
Okay,
no
so-
Dr. Pepper slander allowed.
I'm burning stuff too.
Okay, so once you write the runes, dip the oil, rub it in the herbs,
Uh-huh.
what you just light it?
Nope, we're not going to light the
Oh, okay,
candle
sorry,
yet.
sorry.
Oh, okay.
I get excited.
Okay,
Don't
here's
go
the
ahead
thing.
of myself here.
Now, here's the
We
thing.
burn the
You
the
can do it
herbs.
whatever order you
Okay.
want. When I send out, I've got the spells written out.
Uh-huh.
This is a guide. It is not a rule.
Mhm.
Change it. Do it however you want. But we're gonna, for this purpose, because we're kind of teaching, we're gonna kind of go in order.
That makes sense.
But I usually on most of my spell kits, I don't even write a spell for people. I want them to create their own. But
Yeah.
in this one, because it's got a lot of things going on in it, I went ahead and wrote one. But you shouldn't use this if it doesn't work for you. Change it.
Mhm.
It's
Mhm.
just a guide.
I have a silly question.
No
I
silly
have
question.
3 more candles.
Oh, I asked this earlier too.
Okay.
Pardon me. Okay, so the reason you have 3 more candles is because when I send out spell kits, it's not one and done. You're going to be able to keep going. You can add to your spell kit as you go. You might, if let's say you wanted the house. 6 months from now, you get your house. but you might need, you know, a new dishwasher to go in the house. You can add to that. So you want to be able to use it more than once.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense.
Because I think it's kind of a
was simply
ripoff
confused.
to give you a spell kit that you can only use once.
Yeah, a one
Sometimes
and done.
Yeah.
I
So
don't know. I've got some spell kits from you, and it's one of those days where I'm like, I'm using the whole bag of herbs. I need the whole thing. This is for 4 spells. I need it all right now. Very good.
you know, if you ever do that, but you've got leftover oil or something, just send me a message because I can just send you candles and herbs instead of buying the whole spell kit.
True.
I mean,
I always bathe.
You're so
I bathe in
generous.
some of the oils. I know, right? She's so nice to me. You should see all my little trunks. They're so good.
well, I just think it's silly to have to buy a whole new spell kit when you've got an ounce of oil that you've barely used, because the oil is what brings the spell kit price up, and the oil can last forever. I mean, that lasts a long time.
Okay.
Unless you're dumping it, you know, the oil for the bath
yeah.
spells can go a little quicker because you're actually putting it in the bath water. But other than that, the oil lasts a long time.
Been sniffing this oil.
Oh,
Hey.
Hey.
That's me.
That's you, the littlest bones on Twitch.
I want to, yeah, let's take a 10-minute break to go to the bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
Be right back.
Okay, so everybody stretch your legs for 10 minutes. And
That's not big enough. No, that's not big enough either. That's more like it. We're delighted to have you with us. To add to your enjoyment, we're all wound up to bowl you over at intermission time with live wire service at our snack bar, where you'll find a tempting variety of favorite foods and beverages. Now it's showtime, folks. And you can be sure it's the best show in town. Your continued patronage is very, very welcome.
Who's setting up shop? We got a cleric paladin who is also setting up shop. We're going to call our consortium Praetor's Haberdashery Consortium. We don't sell hats.
Is we don't sell hats part of the name?
No, I just thought I'd clarify.
I like it better if it was part of the name. Yeah, me too.
Oh,
that would be very funny.
I mean, I'm the head of it, so like we could add that to the name.
Yeah, we will then. We're gonna have shirts made. I gotta get their portraits all put together, and we're gonna have merchandise.
Oh my god!
This is gonna be awesome.
Praetor's Haberdashery Consortium. Parentheses, we don't sell hats.
I would buy one of those shirts.
It's intermission. Rise and stretch time. Time to refresh yourself and visit our snack bar. Got a yen for hot popcorn? Your favorite soft drinks are sparkling cold. The juicy Frank sizzling hot. There's delicious coffee, freshly brewed, and all kinds of ice cream and candy to tempt you. Showtime will be announced loud and clear to get you back to your car in time. So stretch your legs. Come to the snack bar now.
They don't really apply to level 0 characters.
They don't? Okay. All right. So then I won't grab them. I thought that crit might be that extra one. Okay. So here's the regular damage. Oh, say good night, Francis. Oh, that's Chip. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry, Chip.
Suck it, Chip.
Whoops. I thought
I'm sorry, sir. This is a private mountain. But I only wanted This mountain is reserved for patrons. But it's a supply depot for all sorts of good things, which people can get at the snack bar. Like soft drinks, candy bars of all kinds, delicious popcorn, and refreshing ice cream treats. But I am a patron. Well, why didn't you say so? Be our guest.
Through and you're kind of at a point where you can't really wedge your way in there anymore. You're like,
Here, boy. Here, boy. Come. Here, boy. You can do it. Come on.
sir. May I help you?
I'd like 2 of those, please.
Hot dogs? Yes, sir.
And 3 of those. And 1 of those. And 5 bars of these. And a cup of the nice hot liquid.
Coffee. Coming right up.
Oh, and 2 bags of those peculiar white puffy material.
You mean our crunchy popcorn? Shall I wrap that for you, sir?
Oh, that's all right. My saucer's just outside.
They come from miles to enjoy our intermission.
I'm terribly sorry. Bjorn, you explode, and in your place is a sweet roll.
Nice.
Hello there.
Give the demonstration of my new invention, the goodies machine. The machine turns out delicious hot doggies one after the other. And thirst-quenching sodas also. Gives popcorn of the most tasty kind, plain unbuttered. Candy too, crunchy and dandy. Steaming hot coffee and ice cream too. These goodies are at a snack bar just waiting for you.
Private messenger. And do you know how to do that in Facebook? I mean, in Facebook, whatever. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell?
At least Facebook is still around
Wow.
hundreds of years into the future.
Hey, why mess with a good thing?
Go ahead and
right?
clip that one, guys. And you send that one to me later too. Thanks a lot.
As everyone knows, rainbows usually have a treasure at the end. Let's follow this one and see if we can find the pot of gold.
Then I suppose you've come to claim me treasure.
Well, we'd like to see the gold first.
Ethan, there's better than gold in here, me lad. No, just look here, no.
Candy, refreshing soft drinks, popcorn, ice cream. Well, that's some treasure, but anyone can buy luscious treats like these at the snack bar.
You don't tell me. Do you suppose you could get me a job as a snack bar attendant?
Brass knuckles he's wearing, and the creature just.
How did the creature go? One more time? What, one more time?
No, that was it.
Like you crave that corn when it's freshly bobbed, you gotta beat it to the box with the butter on the top. Get with it, man. Start strolling down to the sweets that you're rolling, the best in town. Our candy's real gone, if I'm understood. To all you squares, that means the confection is positively delicious. Cork that stuff. Give me 5. Let me send you into this nutty jive. Go, man, go. It ain't very far. Shake it on down to this cool snack bar. Come on, Jill. Give us a treat. A friendly pepper-upper with a tasty beat.
Drink Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper, 'cause it never lets you down.
Frosty, man. Frosty.
People, we might be able to take care of that. I
I'm
understand.
gonna sing the doom song now.
Oh God.
Doom, 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 doom. Doom, da doom. Doom, da doom, da doom. Doom, da doom. Doom, doom, da doom, doom. Da doom, doom. Do da 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 doom, doom, doom. Do da 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 doom, 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 doom. Doomy, doomy, doomy. Doom, doom, doom. The end.
Music to the ears of the hungry. The sizzle of a mouth-watering hamburger. Fresh, lean beef, done to a golden brown. Couched in a soft bun and garnished to taste. Man, that's hunger heaven. And you'll feel like you're heaven sent when you get one at our refreshment stand.
Happen. Let me see. Is there a deception check for a horse? Does a horse have a? Ooh, it's going for the
deception for a horse.
Yeah, horse has
I
got
love it.
deception. So the horse goes up, and you
great.
see it. It's looking a brief second. It looks at the plant, like maybe it's something even tastier. But then it sticks out his tongue, and it pulls back, and then it backs up. It's got the sugar cube in its mouth, and its eyes go as these eyes just go, and it starts woo, and it starts bucking, and and it just
Yeah, I had enough evil in my soul.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey,
Hi,
everyone.
friends. We couldn't help
Okay.
it. The conversation went D&D.
Yep. Always, always.
Okay. So we're gonna move on to the talismans and get those ready.
Okay.
You can do these one at a time, but we're basically get a small amount of herb,
Okay.
really small, and a small amount of oil, and you can just kind of drip it onto the herbs.
Oh, I can't find my top.
Did everyone get a little different, like, charm talisman
No,
thing?
they're all the same.
Okay.
So cute.
Equality.
They're-
We love to see it.
I was just, it's funny that this is a little like 4-leaf clover. I was just talking today to my friend about how I've never seen one of these in real life. And her boyfriend was like, I pick them up all the time. And I was like,
What?
I have a friend who
Yeah.
has one laminated in his wallet.
Apparently my friend's boyfriend will just like be walking the dog and find like 3 or 4. And I'm just
my
like,
God.
I've never even seen them. But I like to think that's because he needs them. So I'm not mad.
Fair enough.
Well, I was gonna say that I always think of my dad when I see the 4-leaf clover, and so when I pulled it open and I was like, "Oh, it's a 4-leaf clover." I wonder if that was a coincidence or not. But maybe it's just something that you need.
Yep. So with the stone and with the talisman, you can do it however you want. I get them mixed up in the oils and herbs, and I usually will put both in the sachet, but sometimes I'll take the stone and put that in the box as well, just for the drawing energy, but I kind of like to have it as a little talisman to carry around. So it's entirely up to you, but you put the herbs in there with the stone and the talisman, close it up, put it in your pocket, put it in your purse, whatever, and just kind of carry it with you to keep drawing that energy in.
I will not lie, my goblin brain says pretty rock keep.
Yeah, I know, right?
Same.
And you said this is malachite, right? The
It's
stone?
it's azurite with malachite that got melded into it. So it's actually
Ooh.
2 different types of stone.
So what are those good for? Person that doesn't know crystals.
What is this?
Do not put it in water first off because it
Okay.
becomes toxic.
Oh God. Oh my God. Wait. I make sure I'm not wearing any. Go ahead.
These are drawing stones. They're both geared towards luck, money, prosperity. They're drawing energy. So
like it.
So do they stay in the pouch, like both the stone and the token, and then you put the pouch with everything in it, including the herbs, in the box?
I carry
the
the
pouch.
pouch.
Carry the pouch.
You can carry the pouch. You can put the pouch in the box. You can do it. This is just kind of
mojo bag.
Yeah, it's like a little mojo bag.
Okay.
You could do it however you want. There's no the thing with magic is that there's no right and wrong.
Okay.
I've done
Like makeup.
Yeah.
No, I've done makeup wrong before.
Yeah.
No, you haven't.
But what I was gonna say too, like I've done a couple little mojo pouches that I like to have under my pillow at night too.
Yes.
That's like a really good spot to
Yeah,
have.
I've done them for lucid dreaming. Like when I want to do the astral
Yeah.
travel, I use astral travel oil and then do like a little pouch under the pillow.
We have a lesson on that next. That sounds really cool.
Yeah, you want to do astral travel?
I would love that.
Doing some
Okay.
legwork.
Oh, yeah.
Do we also have one for like pleasant non-dream sleeps? Because I have such vivid dreams all the time.
Just
I just want to
restful.
break.
So what we can do is, I
That's
think for
called
the next one, for the next class, we can just make dream pillows, and then you can. What I'll do is I'll have everybody send me what kind of dreams they want to have, and I'll make an herb and oil mixture.
Ooh.
But then we'll make the pillows together.
Ooh,
I love that.
I love that.
Okay.
Rachel, is there any like so when we have the little pouch, should we tie the pouch closed? Should we keep it open? Is there like any sort of
tie
symbolism
it-
behind that?
Yeah, I tie it only because I don't want herbs spilling everywhere.
Fair.
Yeah, it's again, there's no right and wrong. Just because I don't want a pocket full of herbs.
enough.
You know, I tie
Fair.
it.
Square
And
knot
I
is probably
actually
good for
going
that,
in the
right?
power of 3. I tie
Squares are
it
the
3
best.
times.
Ah, okay.
But
You
So
said
I'll,
3
like-
times?
Yeah.
Sometimes I can like the other thing that I learned recently is to like wrap it 3 times
Yeah.
and then tie it. I like
yeah,
doing that too.
you can do that.
You said clockwise, right?
Yeah, and I always, like you've probably noticed, like a lot of times I'm just sitting here holding things and rubbing it. When I'm doing that, I'm charging, I'm putting that energy, and I'm kind of visualizing everything that I'm putting into the spell box, what I want to draw towards me. And I'm just kind of telling it what it is I want to draw in, what I want to manifest.
Is this where we should talk about the twine?
Oh.
You can, yeah.
Okay.
The twine is used for binding. Now, for a binding spell, you want to be very careful because when you bind something, it's bound. So, for example, you have that picture, I've got the picture of my cottage that, that I want for my store. But what if this cottage has bad plumbing? Do I really want to be bound to it?
Right.
But if you know it's something you want and you want to be bound to something, you can actually take the picture and make your billet turn, twist it up, because it doesn't matter whether the picture shows or not.
Right.
You know what it is. And then
Right,
you can
right.
take your string and tie it around.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
that seems like a lot.
I
Bound
tend
to
not to
something.
do a lot of binding spells. Like the spell I was telling you about when Jimmy and I got married, that is a binding spell.
Right.
We actually braided the hand fasting cord and braided it with a spell, and we're bound together. Sorry, sweetie. We're bound.
Spiritually
Hey.
and legally.
Yep.
I love that though.
Don't apologize for that. You're a catch.
See that, Jimmy?
Yeah, Jimmy.
Yeah.
We didn't mean you, Duff. We didn't mean you.
Oh, you shush.
Oh,
Duff, please. She's a nat 20 and you know it, okay?
That's right.
I have put my little pouch on my necklace next to my my mini harmonica.
Nice.
I don't know. I'm just gonna put mine. I don't know.
If you don't know where you want it, just when you're thinking about it, hold it, and when the urge grabs you, take it with you. Just let the bag tell you when and where to have it.
Because
intuition.
I've had a few of these where they're like, they're specifically for money. They're like little money mojo bags. And they recommend putting it in your purse next to your wallet, and that's fine. But I put it in there and then forget about it. And it's
Well, you're
like,
supposed to forget about it.
is that
Yep.
Set it and
Right,
forget
yep.
it.
Set it and
so then
forget
how do
it.
I know like when it's done and I need to like take it out and
You'll
Well,
know.
I don't
Here's
know.
here's when you
When
know
you remember
if
it's in
you're-
there, that's when you know.
Yep.
here's when you know whether your money spell is working. Are you paying your bills on time?
Right.
Do you have extra sometimes? Do you have, is it going to make you rich? Probably not.
Well, no.
But
Want.
one of the things you can do with a prosperity box, if money is tight, is take your bills, put your bills in there, and X out the amount owed, and stick it in there, and that brings you to the point of I'm going to pay this bill off. If it's a
Right.
credit card or a car payment or whatever, I'm going to get it paid off, and then you put all your energy into paying off that bill.
Huh.
So it's basically a way to remind yourself, I need to take care of this and I want to take care of it quickly. So there's different things you can do. Do not ever buy a lottery spell. They don't work. They can't.
No, they
it's not
do
possible.
not. Mhm.
If somebody tries to sell you a lottery spell, run.
Yeah, it's a scam.
Well, the reason they don't work, the reason lottery spells don't work is because we're using thought form, quantum mechanics. We're using quantum mechanics to create our spell, which basically means you're putting out thought forms and you're kind of visualizing what would happen if you won the lotto, right? Well, there's 100 million people doing the same thing. And there's no way with that many thought forms going towards the same thing that it's going to help you. It can't, because you only get one number drawn. So you're better off just, buy your lottery ticket if you want to do a lottery, and do an abundance spell, but don't buy any lottery spells. So, but just use your thought forms for things you want. Make them tangible, make them, it can be, a want, like I'd like to be a millionaire, but you have to put in the work too to get there. If you do a spell that is, I want to be a millionaire, and you don't do any protection with it, well, yeah, you can become a millionaire, but that might mean that, Aunt Edna dies and leaves you money. So you don't want to put that out there. So, so just kind of hold on to your pouch and just, put that energy.
Yeah.
So if you're doing this spell again and putting things back in the box, do you open the pouch and then re-anoint everything?
You can if you want. If the mood strikes, do it. If not, don't worry about it. You cannot do a spell wrong.
Yeah.
It's your intention that's going into it. So there is no right or wrong. The reason we're doing a class is to make you more comfortable with doing things on your own, to make your own spells, to create your own magic, because the more personal it is, the better it's going to work. That's why, again, I encourage you to change. I put the instructions as a guide to kind of tell you what we're doing, but feel free to change it, make it personal. So.
Awesome.
All righty. And then
I'm just going to keep sniffing this.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay, Jay. I also keep smelling my hands.
Yeah.
The mood.
Okay. So when you are filling your box, though, you might come across something that's not a picture, it's not a photo, it might be some tangible object. Again, it might be a credit card bill. Whatever it is, you can put it in there. If you run out of room in your box, put it in a bigger box. Put the box in a bigger box and start filling it up. Doesn't matter. Once something is finished, though, and it's completed, take it out and add something else. You can keep this going for as long as you want. And so I'm going to show you one thing that I do is we're going to go ahead and light the candle. You guys are ready?
Fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
I got a little fire going in my herbs too. I went a little crazy there.
A little wild.
I enjoy fire.
I do. I'm a water sign, but I like making things fiery.
So I'm actually going to turn the candle upside down, and I'm going to get some of the wax onto my pieces of paper.
Oh. She's so smart. I got herbs all over my paper
That's
too.
okay. Get some herbs in that wax.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
It's messy on purpose.
And
Do I
while
take
that's
it out of
drying,
the candle holder?
while that's drying, I'm going to stick some herbs in it. There. And just kind of shake off the excess.
I think that's okay, Jay.
Oh yeah.
What's the matter?
Oh no.
Did you say take it out of the Did you say you were asking if it was okay to take it out of the candle holder?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, just be as safe as you can. Really, just fire safety. If you can do it safely, then that's fine.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, speaking of, I just freaking dropped my candle. Okay, anyway. It's
on fire.
That's not fire safety.
It was actually like the most like anticlimactic thing. I made a noise and then I was like, oh, it's fine.
And when you,
Now-
if you need to put out your candle, you actually want to, you want to snuff it out. You don't ever want to blow on the candle.
I just got the snuffer from your store.
Can I ask
actually.
why?
Because fire's an element and air's an element, and you don't want to extinguish one element with another. Unless, of course, your house is burning, and then in which case, feel free to use
some water.
Yeah.
Right. Fair
But-
enough.
But for candles, you just want to snuff it out. You don't want to blow it out.
Okay.
How does
It's
one
more of
snuff
it's
it out
not-
without a
It's
snuffer?
not going to hurt the spell.
Lick your
but
fingers.
Fingies.
Your fingers are
Absolutely
a
not.
candle snuffer.
Ah, lick your
think I've got-
fingers.
yeah, I've got like a candle snuffer you can use, but
Like this.
So if you don't,
You grab it.
don't have a candle snuffer.
On the table.
Oh, I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I did it.
Do it.
I did it.
Ooh, spicy.
and I'm actually gonna throw just a little bit of herb into the box just to give it a little
Well, oomph.
Oomph.
And
we love oomph in this house.
yeah, oomph is good.
I'm gonna use the herb that's on my table.
Oh yeah, there you go.
There you
I burned
go.
off mine.
Reuse, reduce, and recycle.
Waste
Reduce,
not,
reuse,
want not,
recycle.
babes.
So wait, did you say that you already snuffed the candle?
Yeah, I already snuffed mine out because we're gonna light it again when we do the spell and we do the
Okay.
chanting. But
Okay. I can't find my snuffer, so I was okay. Good.
yeah, one of the things I usually add is going to be a piece of dragon's blood. Now this one's really big, so I would probably hit it with a hammer and make it smaller. You don't need that much dragon's blood, but just so everybody can see it, I'm going to put the dragon's blood in there.
Wow,
Because again, dragon's blood, that resin is extremely drawing. It really powers up any spell. In fact, there's very few spells that I ever do that don't involve some form of dragon's blood.
And we like drip the excess of the ink that we have onto our pieces of parchment.
I was gonna ask that.
I'm gonna line my box with it. I think.
Mandy, I just finished going through your playlist, and the next song that Spotify chose is that new Devin Cole song.
Yeah.
Hey, I love that song.
What song?
Witch.
Witch by Devin Cole.
Oh, I thought I added
okay.
that to this playlist. Did I not?
I don't think so.
Oh, nope. I added it to a different playlist.
Woman
Let me put that in
total
there.
Control of herself. That one.
No,
Hell
I'm so out of the
yes.
loop. I don't know this song.
It's a huge TikTok song
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah,
I'm
it's a
adding it to the
TikTok song.
playlist so you
You know
can find it
what?
on there now.
Maybe I'm bad at TikTok. I don't know.
Maybe I'm not hip like the kids.
Maybe I'm not hip like the rest of you.
It's okay. I
I'll
don't
link it to
have
you, babe.
TikTok, so
That's okay.
You are like Papa.
I am like
Papa.
You are
Papa.
like Papa.
Listen.
Oh no, you've
I-
heard it. You've heard it, Em, because you reacted to it when I shared it in our coven chat.
Oh, okay. Then all right. That's good. Maybe I just don't.
Unless
know.
you didn't watch it,
You
and
know
you
what's
just put
funny?
an
Em's got
emoji on
short-term
there.
memory loss. Leave her alone.
You know what's funny though? I've actually been like, I don't know that song, and my little sister's like, you literally used it on your TikTok the other day. How do you not know that song? And I was like, oh, that song. Yeah, I know that. I never know what they're
The
called.
music video, it's just called Witch. It's by Devin Cole.
It's okay.
I like the music video.
Anytime my husband shows me a song that I like and I want him to play it for me, I just tell him, "Can you play that song that I like?"
Yeah.
like he's Alexa.
Yeah.
Same, but my fiance only has like one song that I like. So I go, play the only song. And then he's like, got it.
Oh, Cooper's very confused
You've got him
all of the
trained
time
anyway.
with me.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
What if I can't
Yeah,
find my
I did it.
stuffer?
So once you're done filling
You
your
do this.
box,
I'm
and you
too
go,
afraid.
It doesn't hurt.
too
It
afraid
doesn't hurt.
to.
I
It doesn't
don't.
hurt.
I'm not
Just,
gonna do it.
I've got
I
a
did it.
really
It's
big
fine.
flame
Watch.
going though. Look how.
Just do it. Just
Well,
do it. 1, 2, 3, go.
wet your fingers.
See? Okay. Look.
Ah!
Grab it real quick.
Just
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Just needed a little. Just need a little.
I just goofed it because it was in the holder and I forgot that it sticks.
Did you whiff it?
I whiffed it. I'm
Are you winning,
sorry.
son?
No, I'm not Papa.
Oh my God! There's herbs all over my keyboard. I messed up.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I was being real
I
good.
think I'm gonna have to throw this cape away. Remy, for my birthday, can you get me one of those cool altar cloths that we saw at the Brass Unicorn, please? Thank you.
Or from Druid's Den.
Yeah, there you go.
Druid's Den.
Hey.
That's fair. It's
I
just
used-
because it's local, okay? Shop local, okay?
Use code Malix at checkout, everyone.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Is that really a code?
It is, yeah. If you
Yeah.
Is it Malix 15?
Malix 15.
You get 15. I promote her store in my Twitch channel, and so
Yeah,
I
so you get 15% off everything.
Nice.
I need to talk to you and Duff about. I want to do that on my channel too.
Okay.
I want my own code. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Shoot me an email and I'll shoot you a promo code.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
Oh yeah.
You guys having fun?
Yes.
Yes.
Despite the
Okay.
fact that there's herb in
Yeah.
my keyboard and I look like I cut myself. But yes, this is kidding. No, it's very good.
Sorry, I keep
Word.
coughing. I'm just getting over a cold. So
Ah,
It's all right. I've got the
It's all right.
allergies.
I just
No.
got a text from Remy. Do you think it's a it's a reply?
yes.
I thought you were gonna say, do you think it's the receipt
Oh,
for buying it for you?
Yeah.
Even better.
I know I should tell.
It's
Well.
on its way.
So, I was looking at these runes. Are these the only runes that the Elder Futhark have, or are there more?
no, this is their whole alphabet.
This is their whole
Wow.
alphabet. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Because I was looking for something for like health or something.
So for
Oh.
health, and I think you messaged me about it. You can use strength. You can use stability. You can use fertility. It depends on what kind of health. Protection is a good one for health.
Okay.
You can also use English.
Yep.
You
I
can
know, but
use.
these just look so much nicer.
You can also
I have
make your
fun
own
with
sigils.
friends.
But that's
These
its own
are
class.
Fancy.
Um,
I actually made my own like druidic alphabet for
Yeah.
my
Ooh.
druid character in D&D. So I use a lot of my D&D druid characters for that.
I have that
Absolutely
printed
awesome.
and it's on the wall right in front of me right now.
I still have the letter you wrote me,
Ooh.
Francis, in the druidic alphabet I made.
Aww.
That's super cute.
Such
you know,
good
you can use
plans.
whatever you want. So a lot of times I like using the Hebrew letters because they are connected to the Kabbalah, which has a lot of that's all magic, and especially if you're doing angel work or something like that, then that's a good one to use. So the Elder Futhark is just it's fun, it's short, it's easy to learn. And when you use them all the time, it's really quick. So
Remy said it's a receipt, but it's a different one. It's our Color Me Mine order is ready to pick up. We love going to Color Me Mine. It's so fun.
Hi, Jason.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know.
oh
either.
yes,
It's where you
we had yes, I guess you can use Klingon if you want.
You can use anything you want.
Yeah.
Color Me Mine is it's a pottery painting place. And they've got like different designs that you can pick from, and it changed seasonally. So Robbie and I have gone several times over the course
really
of our
cute.
relationship. So
love
yeah,
that.
I've just got little pottery painted trinkets around, and they've all got R&R on the bottom.
I request that you
date.
please send us pics of those.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I
That
would love to
sounds
see them.
adorable.
There
Remy
was
won!
one.
And Remy won.
Hey! There you
Manifested
go.
it.
Just
I
for
think
you,
we have to
baby.
give out one more candle, Jimmy.
Yeah, Remy is with me. You can send it to me and I'll give it to her. Okay. We don't live together yet.
Healing. Okay.
What'd you win? What'd she win?
Nice, right?
Fancy, pretty nice purple ones, I think.
Oh yeah, the orca script ones.
Jimmy,
They're nice.
make sure you get Tyler in on that.
Oh. I got you.
She says happy birthday.
I got
you'll like those dice, Rose.
I'm
very
gonna
pretty.
have to look at them.
They are very pretty. I think there's a link floating around in chat, but
Yeah, Dup posted it.
I got it too. Here,
What
I'll
are
put
these
it.
little rocks that came in with the other rock?
Oh, the salt.
Salt.
I asked
We also
Tuesday.
asked about this.
So crystals and stones have a tendency to carry negative energy. And they pick it up very easily. So whenever I ship out a crystal, it's going to be packed in sea salt to kind of keep it cleansed during the shipping process.
Got
those are
it.
perfect
See, I
requests.
assumed that's what
Yes.
it was.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say the first time she shipped me one, I thought it was part of the bath salt, so I threw it in my bath with me. I was like, I don't know, maybe. Yeah. I was very wrong.
Yeah, I
was
would
very
have.
wrong.
Had I not known, I would have just been like, "Is it salt? Let me look at it."
Really?
I did.
Oh no.
Oh.
The healing. I'm sorry. It's another Reiki candle, so it's Reiki healing. It's charged for healing. It's got the healing herbs and crystals in there. Smells really good.
I love that all
That's
of
a
us.
selling point.
Listen, Myriad, I'm typing with one hand across the table. There's a burning candle right here, and I can feel the heat on my elbow. Bitch.
I just needed to give you shit. I'm so sorry.
Alright. Okay, so has everybody got their box done?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
so that's the parchment, the dragon's blood. Oh, and the pouch stays with us. That's right. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, it does.
Okay,
If
so
there's
we put the rest
anything
of it
that
in
you
the
want to
box?
add to your box, if you need to go grab something that you want to add, go ahead and feel free to do that. Just anything that you can think of that. Is there anything?
Can I put one of my hairs in it?
Sure.
I do
I was
that
gonna say I was gonna put one of my dog's hairs in it.
I do this
That's
a
a good
lot with my
idea.
spells,
Yeah.
just so I'm connected
Lucy,
to
come
it.
here. Let me snip you.
I gotta look for things.
Oh, I didn't get a blue one. Well, yeah, I don't know. That's so hard. I have a lucky ring that I used to wear. I almost want to put in it too.
I keep your ring on you.
I don't. It's
Yeah,
funny.
keep
So
it on you.
I have a like it's specifically a ring that I don't wear anymore because I charged it and I wore it for so long and then it brought me what I wanted. I manifested it, so I just stopped wearing it and I'm like, I don't know what to do with it now.
Put it in the box. See what
I
happens.
might, yeah.
I am gonna take a teeny feather piece from this feather that we've been writing all this manifestation stuff with and put it in the
I like
box.
that
Good
too.
idea.
Tyler's got her boyfriend with her.
Yeah.
Love it.
My baby.
Is that the one that had surgery?
No, he's still in ICU right now.
Okay.
But we get to pick him up tomorrow. So that's
Okay.
what we're doing this box for is for Jack.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
That's why I went and grabbed some of his little doggy hairs off of his bed.
Oh, that's
Aw.
good.
Baby.
Is my jewelry box a Harry Potter chocolate frog tin? Yes,
Yes.
it is.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
That's awesome.
So I took my mom to Universal this year, and we got one, and the box was way too cute, and I was like, well, it is now my trinket box for my jewelry.
Good.
Oh, this is I have a little amethyst ring. I don't know if you guys can be able to see it, but it's shaped like little mountains. It's super cute.
Love
that's
amethyst.
beautiful.
It's got a little amethyst.
Pretty.
I'm biased because it's my birthstone.
Oh,
Good
did I-
birthstone to have.
Same.
I've got it. Wait.
I mean,
Fran-
pick that
Francis
dog
and
hair
I.
off the floor.
Is that February?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think so.
Wow,
Oh,
that's a big
shit.
boy.
Wow.
Lord.
Kelly.
I am so jealous, Em.
I'll put it in the guest room for you,
I'm,
Maria.
Thank
I'm
you.
super jealous. I love it.
Chunky.
Chunky.
This is one of the ones that we painted together.
That's so
pretty.
And then, so it looks like a mason jar. I keep my jewelry in this, and then on the back,
my
obviously,
God.
the
That's
R and
so
R and the
sweet.
date.
That's
And then
awesome.
Super
we
freaking
went
cute.
to we went to Twilight paint night. So we watched all of Twilight and did a painting.
I love it.
So I did a
God.
wolf. It's like a
Oh.
cosmic wolf.
Hey, Jacob.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Team
Twilight
Jacob.
paint night.
Team Jacob. Tyler, I think you
Yeah.
had a question. Said, "Are you an
There's
animal
no you
rescue or
won't.
just have a sick pup?" I think that's for you.
Well, my first pup was well, not really a rescue, but my second one, he's a rescue.
Uh-huh.
Ollie is.
But you're not like in animal rescue.
No, I'm not.
Okay, just sick puppers.
Yeah.
Or puppy.
Aw.
Oh.
I'm gonna tell him
No,
you said
that's-
that.
That's lovesick. That's different.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah, my husband's a rescue, bless him.
Most of you already know Joel. So.
Found him on the street.
Yeah.
Joel's the
These
kind.
are
He's the kind.
Oh,
No,
He,
he's a rescue for
he
The
sure.
follows you around.
absolute death look I just got.
I
are-
gave. Oh, God.
No, I was just gonna say these are from Remy. They're cards for like our anniversary and things like that. But she hand drew them.
Oh,
It's
they're
really hard to
beautiful.
see. Sorry.
Hey Jimmy, why
but yeah,
don't you do that for me?
I know,
What the
right?
heck?
How
Just
come you
write,
never
just
do that
write
for
love
me?
poems and like little Polaroid.
Wow.
See how
Doc.
it is.
Wow.
Gonna put that in there.
I had to dig through a lot of stuff. This is the first like Walmart engagement ring that I got. It's like
Aw.
super cheap. And he didn't know what size it was, and he just kind of went, "This one looks nice," and sent it. And he was like, "This is what I can afford right now," until he got me my actual one.
Hey, Jimmy and I bought our wedding bands at Texas Renaissance Festival,
Yeah.
and the set was $45, and we still wear them because we couldn't find one we liked, and we liked those. So
I
'cause
mean,
they had the
if you
like
like
whatever you
Celtic
like.
knot.
It's about
doesn't have
it's
to be
about the
thousands of
symbol.
dollars.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah,
have to be.
and I
giant
hate
fucking
diamonds. I've
Yeah.
never been a
too.
diamond person, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know,
mine's
he
a
got
blue
excited
mine's
'cause
like
he
a
was off
purple
the hook.
sapphire.
Yeah,
because-
mine's
Your
an
rings are
ant-
beautiful.
Mine's an antique sapphire. It's Art
pretty.
Deco era, and then our wedding bands are silver antique as well. We
Aw.
got them from the same antique jewelry store.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's cute.
I am such a big rings person. I wear I've got my onyx and like my topaz and all of these things. And so Mike is like, well, diamonds don't look good next to your other stuff. And so he's like, I need to take you to a metaphysical shop so you can pick out an engagement ring because I just don't think you're going to be a diamond person. I was like, he figured it out. He knows.
But make sure you pick a stone that is good hardness and will wear right. Like I wanted
Yeah.
an amethyst, but amethyst is soft and
Soft.
it'll chip and it'll fade over time. So I got a sapphire.
Even sapphires are a pretty hard stone, but even mine's got a little chip in it. It just needs to be buffed out. It's fine. But yeah,
You want to make sure you pick a durable stone.
Why I wear
Definitely
Onyx.
do not do opalite or any other material that is going to get worn down while in the wash, you know, when you're washing your hands.
Opal's
because
It's very soft. It cracks very easily.
Well, opal, it's
Yeah.
bad. I've always been told it's bad luck to wear opal if it's not your birthstone.
Oh, it's old superstition.
Oh, I've never heard
No,
that.
you know what? You know what, Remy? The first time that we went out, I was gonna buy her a ring, just like a fun little ring, not anything serious. But we went out, and I almost got her this fire opal ring that I was seeing, and I was like, I don't think that'll fit her, you know. So I will get a different ring for her. So I ended up getting her. I don't remember exactly what. I think it was carnelian. But so I got her something else, right? And then when I went up to her, I was like telling her about it. I was like, yeah, there was this fire opal one. It was so pretty and it would be just your style. And she was like, actually, I've never had a good relationship. Every time that I've gotten a fire opal, something has gone wrong in my relationship.
Yeah.
So you dodged a bullet. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh.
So there is some lore on opals that if an opal is not your birthstone, it is bad luck to buy it for yourself. But if it's given as a gift, it's okay. But yeah, so
Fair enough.
Wait, so this is I've been doing it to myself this whole time. No.
Yeah.
Self-sabotage.
Sorry, I'm a gold topaz kind of birthstone.
Yeah.
But no, it's funny. I don't think I've ever owned opal because I've never been attracted to it. I'm just like,
yeah,
oh, I
my
have
mom
a-
loves opal, but she only has one opal ring
Interesting.
because that's the only one that was given to her.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I love opal. Opal is one of my favorite stones.
Yeah, but unless it's your birthstone, it is bad luck to purchase it for yourself.
Mine is a peridot. That's what I've got.
That's what mine is too.
Your
Really?
birthstone?
August baby.
Yes,
My brother
birthstone
is
for me.
an October baby, so his birthstone's opal.
Yeah.
So my mom justifies buying opals for herself because she intends to give those to my brother when she passes away. I'm like,
That's
is that how that works, Mom?
No.
I don't think
It's how it works if she says it.
That's true.
Right.
The goddess, wait, the goddess does not care, right? Is that
This does not care.
Goddess does
Well,
not care.
stones are kind of like elementals.
Yeah,
though.
that's true. That's true. That's
Yeah.
so funny. Yeah,
I feel so bad putting it in the box.
You're gonna put your malachite in the box?
Rachel's like, no, actually,
No,
it does.
my
it does
ring.
matter. Though.
I feel bad.
I would think of it. I would think of it this way. It's not a lockbox. It's not. It doesn't have to be there forever. So if it feels right for the moment, then that's cool. If it
Yes.
doesn't, then don't do it.
Yes, I'm doing it too, Jay. Ring in the box.
In the box.
In the box.
In the box.
I mean, it's mine technically has been in a drawer for 6 months, but now it's in a box, and I feel bad. But yes.
Box and
Yes.
drawer.
I should have cleansed it
That's-
first. I wasn't thinking.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have cleansed it first.
Well, light your candle and run it through the.
Oh, I love
fire.
that. Okay.
Or run it through the smoke on some of the herbs.
There you go.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Wait,
yeah.
what?
I'm cleansing my ring. I should have cleansed it for so I had charmed this ring before. I was another manifestation spell I did, and I had charmed it 'cause it was my ring that I was trying to get Twitch partnered with. And then when I got partnered, I stopped wearing it, and I haven't had it. I used for it, but it feels correct. A lot of the stuff I'm manifesting is still for Twitch, but I feel like I need to cleanse it. So
yeah,
through the candle.
Alrighty.
Oh my god, I have to put the candle out again.
Just do it. Just do it. Just do it.
Do it.
No fear. No
Do
fear.
it.
No
Come
fear.
on. Go. Didn't hurt the
It's
first
okay.
time. There you
It
go.
did kind of hurt the first time. I don't think I
No,
did
it's
it right
fine.
that time. It was
It
better.
did.
You had to put more saliva on your finger.
Yeah, I did.
And
I had
I
a
like
snuffer.
it.
I just
Or use
So
your
I-
candle snuffer.
so I just moved into this house, and in the hallway outside of this, there is this built-in closet, and so I call it my witch wardrobe because I have all of my stuff in there. But we just moved, so it was basically anything that was witchy. We were just shoving in this closet, so it's all a mess, and I have no idea where in the closet the snuffer is. I was like, I'm
Where
not
is
gonna,
the
I'm not
lion?
gonna go. Yeah, I found like some of my other stuff, but I was like, I'm not looking for the snuffer. I'll just woman
Okay.
up.
So you guys ready to do
Where
some chanting?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Should probably turn the music off for that.
Oh yeah. Pause. Pausing the music.
playlist. Pause the playlist.
Okay.
Oh, no.
So we're
Pause.
going to close up the box.
Okay.
Set the candle on top. Go ahead and light the candle.
You set the candle on top, you said.
Are any of you good drummers?
My boyfriend's bringing
Keep
him
a
in.
beat?
Not really.
Oh,
I
Grandma's
was in
very
band for
narcissist.
for 8 years.
I can keep a beat, but I didn't sign up for that.
So what we're going to do is we're going to chant. We're just for this purpose, we're going to use the spell that's down here on the sheet. When you're actually doing it, you want to chant over and over and over and get it louder and louder and louder. And again, this is why we usually write spells that rhyme, because it is much easier to get into a chant, to get it, you know, when something rhymes, it's easier to say. If you trip up, if you get, you know, get ahead of everybody, don't worry about it. You know, but what we're going to do is try to get into a rhythm where we're all saying it together. So I'm going to go and I'm going to say the spell. And then the second time you guys are going to say it with me. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So
Do you want me to drum?
yeah, if you can drum.
Yeah.
So we'll do love and abundance. Come to me. Bless my life with prosperity. An abundance to share, an abundance for me. Magical universe, hear my plea. With harm to none, including me. This is my wish, so mote it be. And then you guys, when we end with so mote it be, you're going to say blessed be and get a real good pound.
Okay.
So, all right. You ready?
Ready.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Love and
Love and
abundance,
abundance
come
comes
to me.
to me.
Bless my
Bless my
life,
life,
prosperity.
prosperity.
An abundance to
Abundance
share,
to share,
an abundance
for
for
me.
magical
Magical
universe,
hear
hear
my plea.
with
Harm to none, including me.
I
This
wish
is my
so
wish.
mote it
So
be.
so mote it be.
Blessed
Blessed
be.
be.
Okay, so can we go faster?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
we're gonna want to pick up that energy. The more energy you put in the spell, you know, shout it. Okay, you want the universe to hear this spell.
Okay.
Got
All
it.
right. Love and
Love and
abundance.
abundance, come to me.
Bless my life,
My life,
prosperity.
abundance
Abundance to share, an abundance for me. Magical universe, hear my
harm
plea.
to none,
Harm to none,
My wish,
my wish, so mote it be.
Blessed
Blessed be.
Blessed
All
be.
right. So as you're saying this, and it's probably easier when we're not all online together because there's a delay, but when you get off the show, do this spell and do it as loud and as fast as you can and really punch it out and get that energy. You're going to actually feel the energy build as you're shouting this and get it out there. And when you feel like you've gotten all the energy out that you can, just ground yourself, drop to the floor and just kind of feel the ground and just get yourself connected to the earth and just let that spell work. So, and there's your spell.
Oh my god.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
That was great. Yeah.
Jay,
My
did you-
candle's going crazy too.
Yeah, mine
Look
is
at
too.
this.
Mine's
Yeah.
leaking all over my box.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what
awesome.
mine's
Freaking
doing.
out.
I don't
Mine's not. Mine's
see.
very
doing
tall, but
weird
it's not
stuff,
moving.
but
Mine is very tall.
Yes,
Mine's really
my,
tall, but
my
it's
flame
not
is
moving.
very tall.
yeah, mine too.
So you can actually learn how to scry. You know, we talked about scrying with runes and tarot cards. You can actually scry with a candle.
Yes, you
And
can.
what you do is you let the candle burn itself out and then look at the patterns. Ask the question while the candle's burning, you know, is this spell going to work? Or, you know, whatever question you want. And then you need to learn to interpret what the candle is telling you. Pardon me. We can actually do a whole new class too on how to interpret candles.
Ooh, that
Would
be
love
fun.
that.
Yeah.
All the classes.
All
too.
of the
Yes.
classes.
All of them.
All the classes.
So what I think I do is I'm going to send everybody a list of different things we can, you know, different spells we can do for the next class, and we'll kind of vote and go in order, and you know, we'll just pick spells that are fun to do.
Oh,
But we're going to make them different each time.
Love that.
Learning a method of cleansing and consecrating your tools.
Oh, we can do that. Yeah. So we
that'd
could
be
do
great.
that next, where we cleanse and consecrate all the tools.
Mm-hmm.
Is everybody good with casting a circle?
I am new to that.
Yeah, I think
Like
it'd be nice to
learn
have a
more.
class on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I have like I have like a couple other spell kits, and they had instructions, but they were not incredibly detailed. I mean, I think it works, but I also would love to learn.
Yeah, I think that's like one of the basic things that's like important, but you got to know how to do it.
Do
and
it
I
and do it right,
don't know
yeah.
exactly how to do it.
Again, there's no wrong way to cast
Okay.
a circle. I can teach you guys how I cast a circle, but I don't even remember where I got my circle casting from. I think it came from 2 different sources, and I melded them, if I'm remembering correctly. And I couldn't even tell you if I got it from a book or from a person. I don't remember. But I've been using the same circle cast for probably 30 years now or so. And I've never changed it because it works for me. So I can show you what I do, but then we can talk about the different ways, because there's, one way that you can cast a circle is you get a hula hoop and you can fill it with salt. And you take your hula hoop and you fill it with salt and you stand in the middle, and there's your circle. So that's the easy way.
But only for as long as you can hula hoop for.
You just
Okay,
stand there. You don't have to
good.
hula hoop. There's a lot of different ways to cast a circle, but we can talk about all the different ways to cast it. So we could actually do circle casting and tool cleansing and consecrating all in one class. So it would actually take up a whole class.
Like a basics 101.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
That's what I need.
Yeah. So, but everybody has their own way of doing it. So, but you can, again, there's nothing that I teach that you can't tweak and do it your own way. In fact, you should. So, Jay, do you have any questions? Because you came in late. And...
I mean, I don't think so. I think it's all kind of what I know already for the most part. But I also have the question of like, is it cool that my candle's dripping onto the box?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like rub in the wax after this.
So Rachel,
You can
I'm
always
tree
take it
green.
off. You can remove the candle wax from the box later if you want. But I always set it on the box just because I'm hoping that wax, because that's energy going into the box. That's what we want.
Yeah.
So
We're
do we
wanting
want to
all
have
those
it burn all the way down, or do we want to stop at a certain point? What's your
Roses
preferred
is
way?
so small. I like Rose, your
I
candle's
let
almost
I
out.
let chime candles burn all the way down typically, but there are times that, because you never want to leave a candle burning. Or I might only, like we did earlier, I'm just trying to drip a little bit of wax on something. But typically a chime candle, because they burn down in 15 to 20 minutes, I usually just let them burn. But yeah, if you need to go to another room, obviously put it out, come back and relight it when you're ready. So, Jimmy, do we still have another giveaway to do? Yeah, did we give away the healing?
Celtic Boar one.
Yes, Celtic Boar won the healing.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Okay. But did we give
Oh,
away the
that'll be fun.
healing candle?
Oh wait, I won't be here next week. Boo.
Boo, Jester College.
Boo. Yeah, gotta go to Jester School.
Okay.
Rose, I will enter the giveaway, and if I win, you can have them.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you,
Aw.
Francis.
Yes, ma'am.
That's how I got
I
my
hope you
pink
guys
dice,
don't get
'cause
to
Mandy gave them
RP.
to me.
We're gonna
How
RP
often are we
so
gonna
hard.
do? How often are we going to do classes, Jimmy?
All the time.
Every day.
I'll see you times tomorrow morning.
Right?
Yep.
Yes, thank you all.
No, thank you.
Thank you for having us. Yes.
This was so fun.
It was fun.
Thanks for having us.
Talking here, so that would be helpful.
If you want.
So yes, like I said, thank you all to the ladies. The question will be: is I'm going to post this to the YouTube channel, and then I was going to ask all the participants here to give a very honest opinion of what happened tonight, what you liked, what you didn't like, what was just a review of everything that was going on, because this is for Rachel to do. This is her first time. I'm not wanting to throw under the bus, but this is her first time to be in front of the camera for a group of people. And so, we want to do this again.
You did amazing.
Yes.
Yes.
I did. There was nothing I didn't like. I liked it all.
I loved it all.
Rachel's great. This was awesome.
So
The
yes,
kit's
the
amazing.
question will be, we can do this more often on the channel, or we take it over to the Druid's Den channel, because it has its own Twitch channel. There's nothing done there. Yeah.
What?
And so, yeah.
Oh,
So
another person for the
another
stream
channel.
team?
Yeah. So you would think, the point was to get the Druid's Den on YouTube and on Twitch if there's plenty of content. But you've got to talk to Mama Prater, because
I'm not a camera person.
She hates being in front of the camera. So
I really
doing
do.
great.
Yeah, well, you're an absolute natural. We love you.
Yeah, you're a natural.
So we will.
And you have
I think
you
we should
have
be
so
doing this
much
more
knowledge.
often. One is doing some regular videos of these topics you're talking about to put on YouTube, so y'all can go back and watch it, and then let's put it in action and have a group of y'all doing this and doing exactly what happened tonight. The vibe here was right on top of what I was expecting and wanted her to see.
Good.
The interaction that y'all were doing. One was the learning, plus also just the fun interaction and chatting with each other and talking about different things. I think we should be doing it more at a level like where y'all are at. And
we
have
can
fun.
brainstorm ideas within the group to see what interests everyone has in learning, and then we can kind of set up a sort of syllabus.
Yeah,
if
that
you
would
will.
be awesome. And you know what I was just thinking, because I think everybody on the show has different things that they're knowledgeable about. Maybe we should do a collaboration with ideas from everybody, that mixes, like we've got the Native American side, and we could kind of mix something and create a spell down the road.
That would be really fun.
Yeah. We'll have like a wine and witchcraft spell.
Love that.
This group was dead on tonight.
That-
Ladies, y'all were hot. This was perfect. There was nothing that I'm disappointed about at all. None whatsoever.
Would you say the vibes were immaculate, Duff?
Immaculate.
Chef's
Okay.
kiss.
Yes.
But-
Okay. So,
Very
Rachel,
good.
anything
Outstanding.
else you want to add, or unless you have something more to add, we can cut here. So
Yeah, okay, we'll cut. I just wanted to thank everybody again, because this was not easy for me. Like you said, I hate being in front of the camera, and so but I had a blast.
This was so
We
fun.
had a blast.
Such a
Thank
fun
you so
time.
much for taking the
was
time
great.
and doing this with us.
Yeah,
This was
and thank you for
awesome.
the kits. and
Yes,
thank you
thank
for
you.
inviting us.
Yeah.
This was just so much
Absolutely.
fun.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, have a good night, and we will get together and we will start a syllabus of classes.
Yay!
Nice job.
Witch school.
Really?
Try not to.
Son of a gun. You thought I was going to say son of a bitch, didn't you?